nobody. I don't care who it is. This is a brotherhood. And if we stand strong together, we can't be denied. If one of us goes down, we have another, and another, and another that's ready to fight. So let's hit this field and bang them, bang them, bang them. Somebody light me up.
It's time to huddle up. It's the Turf District Podcast. Welcome back to the Turf District, where we huddle up to talk all things Edmonton Elks and the CFL. Thank you for joining us this evening, and so glad that you could be with us as we get ready for home opening week, a game back in Commonwealth that actually means something. And of course, to talk about that and join me for all the fun is one super fan, Mike.
How are you, sir?
I'm very good. How was your bye week?
It was good. I mean, it's been a while since we were last all together.
Yes.
Several of us, including a member of the podcast, and I went down to Red Deer for some fun and frivolity and to witness history.
Yes.
Which was kind of cool.
Yes. Tell us a bit about Dwayne going into the
Alberta
Sports
so
Hall of
the
Fame.
Alberta Sports Hall of Fame had their inductions, and this year, finally, after being long overdue, they honored both Calgary and Edmonton's equipment managers with Dwayne Mandrusiak and George Hopkins. And it was absolutely fantastic. We were thrilled to be part of it. Dwayne seemed quite genuinely happy with it. And normally he doesn't like that kind of attention, it seems. But no, he had a great time and went obviously with Linda and Chantel and Tree and Paul. And had an absolutely fantastic time. Sat with some of Dwayne's family. Good food. It was just a great time overall. So Dwayne, of course, had a fantastic speech. I really wish they professionally filmed them and released it, but I managed to capture it on my phone, so you're able to watch that again and laugh a little bit. But a really fantastic time, and like I said, long overdue, and now he can say he's in a Hall of Fame before Warren Moon gets in, so that's kind of cool.
That's a good thing. Yeah, exactly. I'm sure that's exciting. And
that's true.
You know what? I wish I was there with you. Not that I really enjoyed my time with Tyler, but
and Snoop.
And Snoop, yes, best part of the game, but that's okay. We'll break that down in but mere moments. Before we do that, I should thank everybody. If you have downloaded us, the podcast, or you're watching on YouTube or Twitch, or possibly listening on Edmonton Sports Talk Radio, thank you for taking the time to be with us. And also, while you're here, if you are joining us live, make sure you add your comments and questions in whatever platform you are watching. And that way, then we can get to some of those questions as the show goes on. Mike, before we talk about the game, on the Thursday before the game, there was a very exciting little party as well, where the latest Elks jerseys, yes, were both launched, the home and away jerseys. I know you were there again.
I was not.
I thought you were there.
No.
Oh, well.
No, my son had football practice, so I was there.
Oh, I see. All right.
Long promised, certainly, these jerseys.
Yes.
I know that they had been talking about them for, several years, because it does take a while to get from concept to launch. But I thought they scored a touchdown to keep it within the sport.
Excellent.
I thought they were absolutely gorgeous. They looked better in person than the drawings did. And I think they are going to sell a ton of them this year, because they do have that sort of retro nod back to the late 80s, early 90s with that look, but the modern touches to it. And with the cresting on it, it just looks, I think, the best jersey we've had in decades.
Yeah, I can't argue that. I am so excited to see one in person tomorrow, getting to the game. I mean, I saw the away ones, but as you well know, and I have been, maybe a tad vocal about the fact that I wasn't very big fan of the white numbers. So to
No
see the
kidding.
gold numbers tomorrow night is just going to warm my heart. It's going to be
And
so
the return
exciting.
of the TV numbers on the shoulders.
Oh, it's going to be lovely. Can actually pay attention. Morley's like giddy. It's
I know.
fantastic. Yeah. Hopefully they play as well as those jerseys look. That is
Yes.
what we will hope for. So I guess we kind of, yeah, I guess we got to talk about it. All right. Game recap. Yeah, well, not the greatest game ever.
No.
Elks lose 31-14 to the Lions. So I guess the Elks drop it like it's cold. I
Right.
don't know. It was the Snoop part was great. I will say that. Not for children, but wonderful to get that experience. I've never seen him live. It was a ton of fun, and at the end, he was signing CFL footballs and like throwing them out to
I saw that
kids with the
video.
school, and he threw one up to the second deck, and that was quite the throw and quite the catch. And
Would he
that
count
was,
as an NI? Because we could use him as a backup quarterback.
yeah, you never know, right? And I think that she was very excited to get that. So
That's awesome.
let's talk about the game a little bit. It was a decent first half.
Yes.
We
Especially
got
for
out.
the defense, right? The defense I thought was outstanding. Some
Yeah.
great stops on third and short.
And twice at the goal line.
Yeah.
Like I thought, oh my, this is really, that first half was, I mean, I wouldn't go so far as to say it was exciting, but it's good. Like I'm like, okay,
Yes.
this is better than I thought. And they go into halftime 7-3. So
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, all right, they like the defense is doing what it's supposed to. That's fantastic. And then we went and I got to see Marcia and that
Awesome.
crew and
Far west of us.
Far west of us. That's right. And Blake from the Canadian Football Fanatics.
Awesome.
So and Lee. So it was nice to kind of catch up with a few of those people. And by the time that Tyler and I got back to our seats, game had changed quite
The
significantly.
classic bend then break defense.
Yeah.
Is that how it's called?
Something like that. Lions scored 14 points in both the third and fourth quarters.
Yeah.
The adjustments at half obviously making a difference.
Early in the fourth, we were only down by 3. It was 14-10.
Right.
And it felt like, okay, you know what? This still could be ours. And at that point, it felt like if we won, we would have been stealing that one.
Sure.
But we didn't. So,
No, we did not. You are correct.
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
We had just about 200 yards less of offense than BC did. And I think that was really the difference in the game. I think it was seven. No, how many minutes? There's 5 minutes difference in possession time. And you could just tell the defense started to get tired. I thought in the second half there, JC was blitzing a lot, and the short screen pass was killing us, just killing us. Couldn't get in the right spot for it. So
it's a learning experience. Let's call it that.
Learning. That's very true. Yes. Our young kicker learning as well.
Yes.
0 for 2 and 1 for 2 on the converts.
It reminds me of another 26 that was kicking for us many years ago.
Is that right?
His first game of his first season, he went 2 for 4 in field goals and 2 for 4 in converts.
Oh, all right.
The same game, we had a receiver named Terry Swarn had 3 touchdown receptions.
Okay.
And if you would have said that the kicker was the one of the 2 that was going in the Hall of Fame one day, no one would have believed you. So, I'm willing to give him a bit of slack, but probably not as much as Cutler had back then, because he had a whole season and he was terrible.
Yeah, that's fair. Talking to Coach Killer after the game, he said, he's a young guy, and when he worked with Rene Paredes when he was a young guy and didn't have great games to start either, and Now it's all, it's
He's the
robo
measuring
leg.
stick, right?
So yeah, so I think that obviously he knows kickers, so I'm going to believe in Killer on that, and watch for Blanchard to have a bounce back game. So
He's got a great pedigree, and he
Yeah.
kicked really well for Laval. So I got to figure he's going to bounce back.
yeah, well, and he's got the leg, like there's no doubt
Yeah.
about the leg. Just aim a little more right.
Yeah.
It's the opposite problem as we had last year.
Right.
Like, yeah. All right. The other part that I did want to talk about was Arkell Smith and his returns.
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought that would have caught your eye.
Yeah, we haven't had really solid returns like that in a long time. So, of course, he did take a pop in that game.
Fortunately, yes.
Yeah, and went through concussion protocol. Fortunately, we did have the bye week, so he should be good to go tomorrow. But yeah, it was great to see where it felt like we were putting ourselves in some great position every time we were getting kicked to. So,
well, and if you count the missed field goals and then the return touchdown taken off the board by by a silly penalty, it's
we only lose by
14
4.
points.
Right.
That makes that game a lot closer, right? So
Yeah, it's true.
So I take some solace in that.
Correctable mistakes.
Right. So that's good. Now, for all of our excitement about the defense, no sacks in this game.
Right.
We gave up 2. Now,
Yep.
the 2 we gave up, I mean, last minute O-line changes, right? Brett Boyko
Right.
is out last minute. Martez Ivy goes down in the third quarter. He wanted to go back in, but you could see Brian and Lisa like, oh, give me your helmet. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's not okay.
Let's hide the helmet for this guy.
This is not going to go so well. So yeah, that definitely made it a little more difficult on that O-line.
Yeah, and it is great to hear that Boyko should be back as well as Ivy in this game, because that continuity on the O-line is going to pay dividends for us down the road.
Yeah, 100%. Anything else that you wanted to bring up on this game?
The penalties weren't bad. Of course, BC was even better.
Yeah, they were.
But I was not a big
they weren't
fan
bad
of,
overall. Like 9 penalties in the entire game.
That's true.
With both teams. That's not bad. We usually get that on our own, so that's not bad. Yeah.
Again, because we were like for the entire half, like we should have run the ball a bit more. I know we weren't getting a lot on those first down runs, but you've got to mix it up a bit. Maybe get a short pass and then run on second down, that kind of thing, because Rankin is a solid back. We saw some phenomenal stuff last year, but you got to give him the rock more than 6-7 times in the game.
Exactly.
And Javon Leake, again, a guy that can exploit the edges. Like we just have to. I mean, Trey was still our top runner. And
yeah, 54 yards.
Yeah. It's just you have to give those running backs opportunities. So hopefully they're going to be a little more patient with the running game. Again, only down by 3 into the fourth quarter. We had plenty of opportunities to be running the ball.
Yeah, that's fair. That's totally fair. We talked about Trey, being the lead rusher with 54 yards. That doesn't count the 50 yards that he ran on that miraculous play.
Side by side to side.
It was that. I mean, that's when you look and you go, man, that's some Trey Ford magic right there. Just running all around and then connecting the pass downfield to Rankin. Just amazing, right? So you see those moments and you're like, okay, come on, guys, we could do more of this, right? So that was pretty good. I mean, I don't want him scrambling like that on every play, but I'm glad that he can. And,
exactly.
Yes, and as our good friend Jerry says, run the ball. He's missing a word. Run the damn ball. Yeah,
that's right.
We go. That's how it works. All right, can we put this one to bed?
Yes. I mean, the team has. They've, it feels like ancient history now. It's a couple of weeks ago, but
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, let's look forward.
I like this. There was a couple roster moves that did happen.
We'll look back
a little. They did sign, or I guess bring back linebacker Brock Mogensen, and they released wide receiver Jalen Calhoun, which surprised me a little bit. But
yeah,
I just think that the return game with Smith showed that it was really okay, and so they could kind of move on.
Right. I mean, to be able to bring back Mogensen, they needed to have a space on the practice roster, so I guess someone had to go. But I was a bit surprised by Calhoun. I thought he showed some real potential in preseason.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but it happens, and that's all right, So
It's a great game, lousy business.
Correct. And it means that we have other people that we get to cheer for tomorrow.
That's right.
Exciting. We also found out that Noah Curtis's injury is for the season.
Yes.
Very, very just like a punch to the gut. Had such a great year last year. A silly thing at Fan Day and out for the year. So all our thoughts with you there, Noah, and we will be prepared for you to be back next year to stare at Justin Rankin while we are doing an interview and to, of course, be playing on the field. So
absolutely.
All right. Great. I'm glad we got through that. Super fan, are you ready for a little Horde and Tell?
This is going to be an interesting one this year. This week. Let's give it a shot.
All right.
La 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 la. It's time for Horde and Tell.
All right.
All right.
This is going to be an interesting one here. We're going to see how this goes.
That's one way of
yeah. So something that's kind of fun. Sometimes you'll go to supermarkets or other things where players will appear or sometimes not appear. And in their stead, they'll have a substitute, a representative representing the team. And I managed to get some of these in the collection. There are several more I don't have yet, but you never know. These are from the famed Brian and Linda collection. They were very kind to give these to me. We have, and you'll see why it's a little tricky. Look, it's Kevin Lefsford, everybody.
Oh, Kevin, thanks for joining us.
Hi,
There he
guys.
is. Wow.
He's been looking over my shoulder there all day.
It's not creepy at all.
Not at all. And then we have, this is going to be a little trickier. Who else?
Oh, I think I know that number.
There we
Riley
go. Michael Riley. Thank goodness this folds up. It's a little easy to store. And the one reason I got this is because, this last weekend I picked this up. This one's a little older.
Oh,
there
my.
he is. Dr. Death is feeling 7 up, turning 7 up. There we go. And the best part is, if we can sort of see that there.
Oh, that has a bunch of signatures on it. Whoa,
signatures
nice.
From the 1980 Edmonton Eskimos team. So,
oh, wow. That
absolutely
nice.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And he's feeling 7 up.
He is feeling 7 up. There was commercials back in the day of that. I'm not sure where these are going to go. And thanks for putting up with me trying to manhandle these around here. But absolutely.
You always like manhandling players. I know.
That's right. Yeah, let's go with that.
Hey, speaking of that, I know who our next guest is. No,
that's true. And then there are a few more. I spoke with my friend Gary, and he says there's also a Gizmo. There's a second Mike Riley stand-up, a different one, and a Jason Tucker as well. So definitely ones to look for. But you never know. And who knows? Maybe there'll be another one coming. So putting these side by side with the little bobbleheads is always a fun little contrast for sure.
Outstanding.
I put one right outside the door, and when Supermom would come downstairs, it kind of startled her a little bit seeing this 6'4" offensive lineman sitting beside her bedroom door.
Hi. Yeah.
Yep.
Would you like some chips? Yeah. That's
exactly.
I don't know what he's selling, but
no, he's selling AccuCheck diabetes strips. So not quite the same.
Not quite. Nope. Kind of the opposite of chips.
Kind of the opposite. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All right. You know what? Let's bring in somebody else who enjoys manhandling players. There she is. It's Linda, and I believe it is time for one of our, definitely my favorite new segment. But of course,
right there,
a lot of people's favorite new segment. Here we go. First down. This beer. I like the fact that Linda laughs every time that the bear
Every
comes up.
every time.
As she should.
It makes Tyler happy too. That's amazing.
I
Yeah.
tried to cover up Kevin Costner there. So
I just noticed that. I looked back. I'm like, wait
Yeah.
a second.
I said, speaking of stand-ups.
Yeah, exactly. That's
it's kind of a thing.
Yeah.
it's a theme for this show. Stand-ups. Yes. What do you have for us this week, Linda?
Well, I just wanted to say I enjoyed the bye week. Not necessarily the game the week before, but I enjoyed the bye. It gave me an opportunity to do a lot of research into all the other teams and put a lot of thought and intention into my picks, which took me to 0-4. So go figure.
Well done.
It all goes out the window. I'm going to go back to picking numbers I like and cats I like and things like that.
Well, we talk a lot about the pants on this show.
We
so
do, I
in
know.
a good way. Yeah.
So you remember a couple of weeks ago, I talked to you about Cat's Paws
Yes.
Amber Lager from Wild Winds. Pleased to tell you that just won a bronze medal at the Canadian Beer Awards.
Good for
Nice.
them.
So way to go, Wild Winds. They're a very small brewery, and that kind of hardware is really a good testimony. So today I'm going to bring you two more wonderful beers. One is for the food pairing, and one is in respect of our opponents this week. So
Our friends backstage can't wait to hear this. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
well, fair enough. So this week,
Tell me it's called Tabernacle or something. That would be amazing. Yeah, that how close? Okay.
So this week's tailgate menu, I understand, is smash burgers.
Yes,
Sure
it is.
Yes. Okay. So I had my first just a few weeks ago,
Oh.
and I'm sold. So normally I would pair a grilled burger with a nice citrusy pale ale to cut through the meat and the fat. But a smash burger adds some more nuance. It's got those charred crispy bits at the end. So I pivoted on that. And instead I am recommending Lil Crispy Helles Lager from Ale Architect in Edmonton. So Helles is a German word meaning light or shiny, and this beer is all of that. So it is brewed in accordance with the German purity laws of 1516, Reinheitsgebot.
I was so young.
And so that means there's only 4 things can go in it: water, barley, hops, and yeast. There's no other fancy bits. It's just the winning combination that puts us there. So a Helles lager is a bit more malt forward than like an American lager. Mm-hmm. It's got a touch of sweetness, so that works really well with the savory and caramelized flavors of those crispy bits on the smash burger.
Awesome.
It's got a nice clean finish, clear, which is a good contrast to the richness of the burger, and is actually like a palate cleanser between bites. So drink often.
I have had that one, and it is unbelievable. I really like that one. Yeah.
Good. And there's a moderate bit of bitterness that'll help you cut through the fat and the saltiness of the burger and won't let the flavors get overwhelming. Little, very subtle hop aroma. And finally, pretty high carbonation. I poured this a while ago. She's still bubbling. And that's going to lift the flavors of the burger, enhance your overall drinking and tailgate dining experience. 5% ABV. Drink up, eat up, enjoy up.
I like it.
Love it. And that one's called Crisp. What is it called?
Little Crispy.
Little Crispy, right? Yes. As soon as you held up the can, I'm like, hey, I've had that one. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's Ale Architect in Edmonton on Happy Beer Street. So, and now for our amis at Les Alouettes de Montreal. Okay, so the arrival of that team in town gives me a great excuse to revisit a beer that I love. This beer's been around since 1994. It's a constant winner. It's won 54 international awards in its years. It's from Brasserie Unibrew in Chambly, Quebec. So je vous présente Le Fin du Monde.
End of the world.
This is a Belgian triple blonde ale. Rich, sophisticated. Well, I was going to say like me, but we know none of that's true. I'm a 100 air and not all that sophisticated.
I think you're a different kind of rich.
Yeah. So anyway, this is going to give you aromas of honey, spice, coriander, malt, fresh baguette, and some floral. It's got some slightly hoppy notes, fruit, spices, and cereal. So maybe good for breakfast too. And it has, oh God, beautiful. Sorry, I need a minute. Camera off. A beautiful, soft, dry finish. So you can expect a perfect balance of acidity, sweetness, bitterness, spice, and alcohol. And you can also expect it to sneak up to you at a whopping 9% ABV.
Ooh,
So
wow.
it's this one packs a punch, but it's worth every blessed sip of it. So all in all, it's a treat for beer lovers as well as a tribute to Quebec, the land encountered by 16th century French explorers who actually thought they'd reached the end of the world when they found it. So obviously they didn't, but a Commonwealth this week as they face the Elks, I would like Des Alouettes to have that same sinking feeling.
There it is.
Fin du monde. So, à votre santé, merci, et allons-y, Elks.
There it is.
Nice.
Fantastic.
That's
I have had that
amazing.
one. It is a fantastic beer.
Yeah.
And
Unfortunately,
who
I had
makes
two of
that
them.
one again?
Unibrew.
Sorry? Unibrew.
Unibrew. Oh, okay. All right then. Excellent. Well, that
Of course,
sounds lovely.
I like to say unibrow and then draw,
Right.
draw the line right across. That's how.
If that happened to me, that would be the end of the world. So,
Menno in the chat.
not your regular kids beer.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
Stay safe, Manon.
That one in Modits, that one got me too. Oh,
Yes.
very tasty.
Oh,
I mean,
well. We did what? Oh, I got it. Yeah. All right then. Well, thank you, Linda. That was amazing
pleasure.
as always.
Yes.
We will see you next week for more selections.
Why not?
Excellent. Okay.
Can't wait. Maybe see you at tailgate tomorrow.
Yes.
No, unfortunately,
Oh.
I'm double booked.
The
I
home opener, right?
have a theater reading event tomorrow night that obviously nobody consulted me when they picked the date.
Yeah.
The
Obviously.
league really needs to get back in touch with you. That's more often.
Yes. That's the exactly. All right. Well, thank you, Linda. We will enjoy our fan de mode and our crispy
Little crispy.
There you go. Yep, we will enjoy those tomorrow night and think of you. And we will see you next week on our regular night because there's no more playoff games. So we will see you on Tuesday. Beautiful.
Perfect.
Thanks, Linda.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Ooh, my.
Yeah, like I said, that 9% really hits you.
I need a couple of those for tomorrow night, I think.
Yeah. My uncle used to, when he was working for Goodyear and had a lot of Americans come up to Canada, and he'd always give them Fin du Monde and Modit. Just then watch them when they had them in their third beer and couldn't walk anymore. It was a good time.
It's outstanding.
Yeah. Not
that
quite
makes-
like American beer.
Not quite. No, exactly. All right. Well, we have to set up this week's game, but
We sure do.
Well, before we bring in our friends, let's make sure we know what we're doing.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the game preview.
All right, let us bring in our other guests to help us this evening. I mean, the Elks are getting ready for their home opener, right? That means one thing for us and one thing only, and that is, Mike, what is on the tailgate menu?
Oh, that is important. As Linda mentioned, we've got some smash burgers coming. Probably one of our top two, if not our most favored item on the menu. We started this a couple of years ago, brought it back last year, and we had such an overwhelming response. They're like, you got to keep doing these. So smash burgers, the game starts at 7, tailgate probably about 4:30. Come on down, grab a burger, have some chats. It's going to be a great time.
Oh yes, I am excited for that.
Yes.
Now the other thing that I am also excited about, whenever we have the Alouettes on, we bring our good friends from out east to join us to chat some football. So welcome
Chat.
to the show, live chat in Tim Capper and Clifford Pine. How are you, my friends?
Just another beautiful day in the 514.
There.
Well, I guess night now, because
Yes.
as you alluded to, it is a little on the late side for us East Coast people.
Yeah, maybe a little. Yeah, exactly. How are you going to stay up late for that game tomorrow?
Listen, I'm already thinking about Flight Deck Live, our post game show, doing that as soon as the game is finished. And God willing, let the game end at a reasonable hour, because
got a nightcap
now,
on, and
I'm gonna be busting up more coffee and putting things in my eyes to keep them open, and it's not gonna be easy.
I'm totally tuning in now. Not that I wouldn't anyway, but now I am totally tuning in. Yeah.
Well, yes, please do tune in.
Yes, absolutely. You guys, you've had 2 games already. Sitting 2-0. Great start for the Alouettes. Tell us, what's been the biggest surprise for you so far? Tim, let's start with you.
First, I want to say, with Linda talking about purity laws and you earlier talking about cockles, I started to blush.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, we got to make sure that we like to keep our guests on the edge. It works out really well. Yeah.
Wow. You know what? There's so much that can be talked about, but I think a lot of Owls fans are really just glad to be able to see what Davis Alexander has been able to do. Mm-hmm. And, it was basically 4 years in the making to have him as QB1. And it's just, it's just so fun to watch him play. There's one thing that happened this past week that I told Cliff on the pod this week. And it's like, there's one particular pass that went out to Cole Speaker in the fourth, late in the second quarter. And you think, most quarterbacks, okay, I've already gotten rid of the ball. I'm just going to go ahead, stand back, watch the play. Davis takes off. He follows the play and makes a block.
Yeah, I saw that play. It was crazy.
I mean, yes, I know the Owls don't want him to run as much because of the potential issues that could happen. But man, that shows me that this kid knows how to play and loves the game. And I just love being able to watch, to see what Cliff and I have been able to see for the past 4 years.
Yeah, I would agree. I remember you guys talking about him 3 years ago, saying I at some point I hope we get to see, what he can do. And obviously now, like you said, quarterback 1. So Cliffy, what about you for what's the kind of biggest surprise for you so far? Wait, I know you. There's no surprises. You knew they were going to be 2-0, but still, there's got to be something that caught your eye.
I guess if I had to choose a surprise, it would be that despite the moves that were made, the final cuts that were made at training camp that a lot of people were very surprised about, there's been no drop off. There's been no, it was almost like the roster moves that were made were the right ones. And here's the proof, because it worked. Obviously, the moves that were made, the decisions that were made to go with certain players paid off immediately. And it's not to say that the players that were cut were so terrible that we had to get them off the team. It had nothing to do with that. Simple matter of the people that showed up for camp balled out in a big way. They got the opportunity to showcase what they can do when their lights turn bright, and they've answered the call every single time. I know it's only 2 games, but still, every time they've been on the field, they've done absolutely incredible things. And the way this team is built right now is nothing short of incredible.
I mean, obviously, you are the only Eastern team to have won a game so far right now, being 2-0. It's got to be a great start for you, thinking down the road, those wins are really going to pay dividends when it comes to seeding for the playoffs.
Well, it's a bit of a double-edged sword too, because let's not forget, the Alouettes started off hot as a pistol last year as well. They
true.
At one point were 10-1, and then kind of started coasting. And we know how the story ends, unfortunately. But yeah, it's still a good momentum builder. It's still definitely something you want to see out of your team, is to come out of the gate and do incredible things right off the bat. The key now is to keep it consistent, like keep winning. I mean, you're not going to win every single game. I'm not going to be like
this one.
For example, but oh, actually, you know what? I'm not going to do like what our friend Ryan Valentine does and predict the Alouettes will go 18-0, but 17-1 is not so crazy to think, because let's face it, they're not going to win BC Place. They never do, and I start to think they never will.
It's that damn time zone switch. 3 time zones? Come on.
Something's got it.
But okay, so what do you think that the Elks are going to need to watch out for when the Alouettes hit the field? What's the main thing they should focus on?
This defense. This defense is disgusting how good they are and how strong they are. I alluded to this during the game last week in Ottawa and even on the podcast. Everybody talks about the whole a gorilla versus 100 men thing that's going on, that's popular on the internet. The Alouettes defense is the gorilla that you want to see 100 men against, and they're going to lose because that's just how good they are right now. Like, they are firing on all cylinders, and they just keep coming. And it doesn't matter whether it's the defensive line, linebackers, or the secondary. This defense is just ridiculous. Like, Noel Thorpe, the wizard, has just created an almost unstoppable monster. Like, that's just how good this defense has been. Again, small sample size, only 2 games, but still, they have just been absolutely ridiculous. Just with just the talent level and how they've been able to make plays happen and just do incredible things in both games so far. It is so much fun to watch. Absolutely fun to watch. We love touchdowns. We love field goals. We love points on the board. But my God, when they say defense wins championships, this is a championship caliber defense. It was 2 years ago, and it's evolved into something even more dangerous in 2025.
For sure. Tim, what do you think? What about when Edmonton's on defense? What do they have to watch for?
To be honest, I mean, one of the biggest stats that I look at for the Owls this year so far has been their success on second down. I mean, they converted 60% of their second downs already this year.
Right.
And to me, I think game 1, they had 2 2-and-outs. I mean, I think just goes to show, as we really were harping on last year, that the Alouettes would start off slow, continue slow, and then they would be able to get where they were, despite being, as I said, starting off 10-1. There was still a lot to work on. But it's, despite having a whole new running game now with the guys who are behind Davis Alexander, whoever may be starting. We know this week is going to be Sean Thomas Erlington and Stevie Scott, because our favorite name now of Travis Tice Baby has a neck injury, so he's not going to be playing this week. I just want to see. I just want to see what Davis can do. It's something new. It's something new for Davis to be able to play against another team and see what he can do and see what he can see beyond just the line of scrimmage and who he can hit. Because as we've seen, he still has the receivers that he can throw to. And the Owls over the past couple of years have always had a plethora of wide receivers, just what they've been able to do with them. Right. And now having Mac back full time, it seems to be that, with Charles Rambo back this week after he got married, and still just the little things too. You never expected our return guy in James Letcher Jr., who, as you guys know, I mean, you've seen him do his return stuff, especially I think it was 2 years ago when we were there with you guys. Mm-hmm. It's just that.
Thanks for that.
Even the smallest dude. I'm trying to remember the last time that a touchdown in the CFL was scored by a guy who was smaller than 5'9". This is James Letcher, and he did this last week. So, yeah. I mean, it's a matter of, as long as they get everything right. As I said, there are still variables. I mean, there are things I'm sure that the Owls have not seen. Remember a couple of years ago, guys, where the Owls and the Elks met? It was the Owls' first game, Elks' second. There was no tape. this time around. Really, the Elks have more tape this time around than the
Right.
Alouettes do. So who knows what your coaching staff is going to be able to find and find those little pieces, those little nuggets that they might be able to exploit.
I wonder if Ezra Landry might have been the last time that they had a kick returner. Man,
Yeah.
That's a good pull. Yeah.
yeah.
We used to have a guy who was amazing, who was short on returns. Yeah.
He was all right.
I don't know if you've heard of him. He did
How
flips
tall
in
was-
the end zone.
How tall is Gizmo?
You mean like his recorded height, or
just
Yeah, well,
gonna
we
say, like-
we all know what they put on the starting roster is no way in hell close to what they actually are.
no? It is
Yeah.
not. How tall is he?
I
That's
thought
good.
he
I
was
mean, he's probably
5'7".
about 5'5". No, he's probably in real life. He's probably about 5'5", maybe.
Yeah. I would say that. Yeah.
Yeah, if he's lucky on a good day. He's listed as 5'6", so he's probably closer
Okay.
to 5'4".
He's fun sized.
He is pocket sized, but yeah,
You know,
he was fun for us.
well, Trey Ford's 6'1" according to the roster.
Right.
Yeah, and his
Keep
twin
shrinking.
brother is 6 feet. So I don't know about that, but okay, sure,
Yeah,
totally.
they're
looks
claiming Letcher is 5'7". I don't know if I believe that or not.
good. Yeah, it might be
5 feet 7 centimeters.
That's right.
Probably closer.
It's probably a little more. It's a little more on
A
the
little more on the nose.
Correct. Yes. Let's quickly switch over to the Elks super fan. What are you watching this week as they get out onto this home opener field?
I want to see certainly a lot more production on first down.
Yes.
We need to get to the point where it's not going to be second and long every single drive, or else this is just going to be a very, very well. Actually, I was going to say a long game. It's more like a short game for us. We've already had a lot of heartache in this city, sports wise, in the last 24 hours. So
You don't say.
let's
Yeah.
have something happy to go here. I want to see a lot of movement of the ball. I see changing the launching pad point, and let's get even some short yardage, some long bombs. Let's mix it up a bit, and let's get that running game going and make it so that we're at least having an opportunity on second down.
I agree with you. The unfortunate part is just what Tim said, is that we have to go up against this defense
true.
to do it, and that defense
There's
is
a weakness everywhere. You just got to
firing.
find it.
That's right. So
I don't know what it is, but there's weakness.
Yeah, I don't know either. I barely watched games last week. I was either watching hockey or out gallivanting, so I didn't really get to see a whole lot of where they're at. But I did see that play when Davis ran down the field in like a blocking mode. Like, that's a leader right there. That guy's ready to get out in front and help. I agree with you that I want to see that offense click. But I think this defense, they showed in the first half last week that if they can stay reasonably fresh, I think they can hold a lot of teams to limited points. And so I'm excited to see if having the extra week, like you guys said, having the two hi dog.
I thought that was
two,
your tail.
No, that would be that'd be Wilson. Yeah. Having the extra week, having the extra tape. I wonder what JC can come up with to try and throw something at Alexander that he hasn't seen. And as you said, Mike, I guess complementary football, if they're moving the ball a little bit more and keeping that defense fresh, little excited about how that could come down. And I think we're both, I think it's safe to say we're both going to be watching Blanchard to see how he rebounds after that last game. So
Blanchard,
I hope he gets more chances to kick field goals so that he
extra points.
Extra points is fine too. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Okay, gents, what are the keys to the game for the Alouettes to pull out the win? And Cliff, I will start with you.
Like they've done the last two games, set the tone early and often. I mean, whether it's offensively or defensively, just got to come out swinging and just start punching in the mouth. That's exactly how this team rolls. That's how they've been able to get their early success right now, and if they can do that against Edmonton, and again, I know that everybody's going to be hyped because it's the home opener, but don't forget it was the home opener for the Ottawa Red Blacks last week, and look what the Alouettes defense did to Matthew Schultz and company. So I think for Montreal, however they do it, if they can set the tone early and basically play that bully ball that they've seemed to be doing over the past 2 weeks, if they can do that, they'll be looking at a 3-0 record when it's all said and done.
All right, Tim.
I think what the Owls need to do is, and we saw it, a couple of years, guys, say a couple of years when we were there, but we've seen what Trey Ford, the human highlight, the human cheat code can do. I think it's just a matter of that they need to make sure that they keep him and the defense keeps him in the pocket, make him make those plays. Because I do understand that, it's, that the Elks organization wants him to be a complete quarterback, and that's probably the best way to do it. The Owls can keep him within the pocket, make him make the throws, because if he does, there's more of a chance of potentially making a mistake, or one of the defensive linemen getting their hands on the balls that they've done, a good job of the last 2 weeks. I think it's just a matter of controlling Trey Ford, really. So far, I don't know if they've really come up against a team right now that has had a running game that has been that's something that they haven't been able to handle. I mean, look what they did to Will Stanbeck last week. But there, as I said to Cliff, sometimes there are things that need to be. You will come to you have to face adversity somehow, and as every week this is what the team's going to do. It's just a matter of which side are they going to face. I still think though Trey Ford is the key for Edmonton to win, but it's the key also that the Owls defense needs to concentrate on and make sure that they do control him, keep him in the pocket, and stop the Madden cheat codes.
I like cheat codes. Now, just to be fair, I believe one of your weeks you guys played Toronto, which might be the only team that is below us right now, as far as success. So, I mean, that's not, grain of salt.
I mean, Ottawa's 0-2.
That's fair.
Hamilton's 0-2.
Yeah.
Funny how all three teams in Ontario, or as I like to call it now, 0-2.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
Nice. Yes. They all are. They are all down, and in our side, everybody's on the plus, except for us. I guess BC has a loss now because of Winnipeg. So
yeah,
stupid Winnipeg. Okay. Guess who I picked last week? I can't believe Strevler knows how to throw a ball. Like that's just dumb to me. Anyway.
Back in the day, he embarrassed the Alouettes during their home opener. I want to say 20.
God, don't remind me. That wasn't it Johnny Manziel?
No. It was, no, it was before that debacle. I want to say 2016, the home opener there where Winnipeg and Strevler just dummied the Alouettes.
Yeah. Oh wow.
So
okay.
It's not so surprising. It's just I guess people are just they look at him as like the Canadian Tim Tebow that okay, the guy can run. And maybe master 5 yards downfield or something like that. But no, Strevler, I pleasantly surprised like how well he looked in relief of Zach Caleros. But
yeah, well, we all know Steve from Piffles was super excited about it. We know.
Oh, he was jacked. I can tell he was.
That's the important part. Yeah,
I could feel it rating off of his Twitter feed. That he was amped for Strevy.
Absolutely. Well,
the only thing that I want to know, you're surprised about Strev. I'm surprised that the Elks are actually asking Cody Fajardo to do short yardage plunges. Does anybody remember how he got hurt in Ottawa last year? Come on, you know what I mean?
Well, he's we need somebody to do it though. It's great. Yeah, we were getting him, so that's good. He was almost a good fantasy pick because of the TD sniping.
TD vampire.
Yeah. It was Justin Justin Rankin one should have been a touchdown. That's all I gotta say. Anyway, all right, super fan. What are the keys for our Edmonton Elks to take home the W?
I think
take your time.
To pick one thing is super tough. I'm just going to say that our Canadians need to be better than their Canadians because we have 11 Canadians starting in this game.
Yes, we do.
Like, and for those that don't know, you need to have 7, and we have 4 more than the minimum number. So there's a lot of them on the field. They just have to be excellent. I think we have a really strong set of Canadians on defense. We've got 4 on the offensive line, and then we have 3 receivers and Trey. So there's a lot of them out there. They need to show that they are as good as the Americans out there and just beat the man ahead of them.
Yeah, I think the key to this game is keeping the defense fresh. And if they can be fresh, I feel like if you don't know where that blitz is coming from, and we saw it a little bit in BC where they were playing almost a dime package with 3 up front and 3 3 linebackers, and then the halo off the back. But you watch that, and then you watch Brinkman actually get through with only 3 up front. That guy is a monster. And so I am excited to see that defense now that, they've had a week where they had a great first half. In the second half, they kind of got eaten up a bit. I think that there's that, okay, now we can switch to this and we can switch to this. And this is a potent offense that Montreal has. I think if our defense can keep it close, our offense can find a way to get down the field, and it could be a close one. So that's my hope. Would you guys like to do some pick'ems with us?
Of course.
Sure.
Oh, you know what? Don't sound too excited about it, Tim. All right.
You get a point, and you get a point, and you get a point. It's pick 'em, it's pick 'em.
All right. So some fun games this week. So far, now I don't have Kayla's picks from last week. So Mike, you and I are both sitting at 5-3 at this particular moment.
There we go.
So,
hey, over 500. I'll take it.
Hey, not bad. Not bad.
Cheers.
This year, of course, or this week, this week, of course, we will have an Elks prop bet because we do not go against the Elks on this show. So if you have an idea for a prop bet, throw it into the chat, and we'll let our guests pick which one they like the best, and then we will set a line and go from there. Our first, obviously, we're the first game of the week. So on the next game on Friday night, it starts out with Saskatchewan visiting the Big Smoke, and this should be rather interesting. Green versus blue. Cliffy, who you got?
It's all about momentum, right? I mean, when you got the hot hand, you ride it. And Saskatchewan right now, they've definitely got the hot hand. And it's funny, both their wins were very close. They felt closer than what one would expect out of this team. Whereas Toronto, they're hurting right now. I mean, I saw their injury report, and yikes, there are a lot of players that will not be participating in this game. I think Saskatchewan is going to walk all over them. I mean, it sucks for the Argo faithful that at least they got their replica rings, which isn't it nice when a championship organization rewards their fans with replica rings?
It's
not that I'm laying blame on anybody, but yeah. All this to say,
fans
got the rings before the players.
all this to say that riders by not a billion, but riders by a lot. Let's put it that way.
Fair enough.
Bunches.
Tim, who you got?
I mean, no Chad Kelly for another week.
That's fine.
Yeah, I agree. That's fine.
Which is,
I hate to tell you, I agree.
Which is
with
still
you.
too short a time. That's right.
Yeah, I'm fine with that too. I don't see how Saskatchewan doesn't win. I mean, unless Trevor Harris has a bad game, but I'll give Saskatchewan the win by an asterisk. So,
well, I mean, Winnipeg won with Strevler, so anything's possible. Let's not get crazy.
Congenital heart defect affects the entire Riders team.
Something like that. Mike, who you got?
Away team.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, me too. I gotta pick that other wrong shade of green team. Not fair, but fine. All right, Ottawa traveling to Cowtown to face the 2-0 Calgary Stampeders. Who would have called that other than Ryan? Nobody. Correct. They are on fire right now with Vernon Adams running that offense, and their defense is playing way above its head as far as I'm concerned, but they're doing very well. So, Tim, who you got in Ottawa and Calgary? And there is an outside chance Drew Brown plays this game. It has not been confirmed as of yet.
I'm just very surprised. I'm looking at the lines here. At one, how? I understand, Calgary's doing quite well this year. Must be the new turf, by the way. Over at how do we pronounce McMahon now? Considering there's now a guy in the league who wants to be pronounced McMahon, or whatever it is.
Exactly. Yeah,
McMahon Stadium.
I can't believe that they have Ottawa favored, unless they know something we don't know. Ottawa favored by 1.5 points. VA is doing
what?
VA is doing. Yeah, I'm
dead. Lord, I would take that line.
I
on that line easily.
Yeah, FanDuel's 1.5. DraftKings is 0.5 point. But still,
wow,
that's
isn't home field crazy. Good for 3? So
usually, yeah. But VA's been doing really well. I am curious again. I'll put an asterisk by this. It depends on if Drew Brown starts or not. Okay. I just don't think it won't be this week if Ottawa wins, because I really think that they're. The Stamps are hot. I'll give it to the Stamps this week, but I reserve the right to pull that back if Drew Brown is going to start.
All right, fair enough. Super fan?
Actually, I've read that Drew Brown will be starting and Reggie Begelton is out for 6 games.
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah.
I'm actually going to say that Ottawa becomes the second team in the East to win a game this season, and those poor guys in Calgary are going back in the basement where they belong.
Oh, I see. Lovely. I am home team.
Oh,
I hate it.
Do you feel dirty?
Yes. I need soap to wash out my mouth. It's awful. It's yeah, I'm picking home team. I think Ottawa has a good team, but their secondary I find is, let's say right now they're kind of questionable. And when you're playing against Vernon Adams Jr., you don't want a questionable secondary. So I'm gonna go with Yuckies. Okay, Cliff, who do you got?
I can't go against VA. I mean,
yeah,
for what he's been able to do so far in his time in Calgary, he's looked fantastic. Not perfect by any stretch. He's had a couple of boo-boos here and there, but by and large, he's looked like the Vernon Adams that we've known and loved for years now. And yeah, no Reggie Begelton's going to suck for them, but they've got Jalen Philpott, who not quite as good as his brother, I have to say, but he's still pretty good in his own rights. He's doing good things out there. So you know what? I think that could be the combination to watch. And I think if you give those two the opportunity, they're going to light up this Ottawa secondary, which I agree with you is a little sus right now. So I'm going to say that
a little what? No,
sus.
I know what it means. I just have to say that to make Mike laugh.
Sorry, okay. Do I have to speak louder for you guys? Like just
what? Pardon? Huh? I'm
old. Yeah. Sonny.
That's right. Yeah. Exactly. All right, let's get to our next game because I don't want to talk anymore about that other stupid team winning. Next one, Winnipeg at BC, the rematch from last week, but now on the West Coast.
Yep.
Super fan.
Yeah, and I'm reading that it'll be Holy Masoli playing at quarterback for the Lions.
Will it?
Wow, that is what Farhan was talking about. So
I know that it was questionable with Rourke, and they don't want to push it and have him have a bigger injury for the year.
So, yeah. So I I think other than our game, I'm going for a sweep of away teams.
Oh, look at you. All right. Yes, I'm also picking Winnipeg. I just think that they I don't know how you knock these guys off, but they gotta they gotta get to some teams that are gonna have big defense, and then we'll go from there. Ours was close, but then fell apart. But that's game 1, so lots of time yet. Wait till BC comes here, then we'll be ready.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay, so now it is time for the prop butt.
don't know
Whatever
what-
else we can find.
You
Oh,
don't
wait.
care if you don't care if Tim and
I
I
do
have
care. I do. I'm sorry. I'm so used to just going. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, Cliff. Who do you want to win Winnipeg, BC, or who do you think is going to win?
I'm getting the Caleb blow off here. Sheesh.
That's fair. Yeah, I get
Quit
thrown
ducking
off
me, Kayla.
sometimes. Yeah. You can tell she's not here. I mean, obviously, she is on the one show list. Yeah, she should be back next week.
Brutal.
Yes.
Yeah, I definitely think unless Zach Claros misses another phone call and ends up being suspended again, I don't see any way BC wins this game. I mean, or maybe if Snoop Dogg comes in and as a backup quarterback for the Lions, but no, I think Winnipeg, as they do every year, it seems. Well, not last year because they started at 0-5 if I'm not mistaken.
They did,
but typically Winnipeg does start out pretty hot and competitive as well. So I don't see that changing. And thankfully the Lions were smart enough to get Jeremiah Masoli, who can still be a contributor, can still make some wonderful plays happen. But I think when this matchup right now is just not even close. Even if Nathan Rourke was able to play and wasn't banged up, I'd still think I'd go with Winnipeg in this one.
Yeah,
fair enough. Tim, are you making it a clean sweep?
I look at I'm looking at the practice injury report, and they list Nathan Rourke's injury as core. So does that mean he's a bad apple?
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's like, I don't think we've seen some strange crap on the on the injury report before. This load management one is even funnier. I don't see how BC can win. I mean, yes, Mazzoli has had he is a good quarterback, but he just ever since he's come back, I think from his injury, it was this devastating injury. Obviously, he hasn't been the same. He tried to
devastating injury.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true too. I mean, we look what happened last year when he came in relief versus the Owls in Ottawa last year. Nah.
Yeah.
No. It's maybe something different. We'll see, but I don't see how BC wins.
All right. Well, that's a clean sweep on that one then. And I am sorry that I skipped over you and just get all excited there about going to the prep bat. Okay. Do we have options for prop bets this week, super fan?
We've got a couple. And then, of course, we can always call an audible here. So let's start off with our good friend Jerry on the West Coast. Says prop bet Elks passing yards.
Oh, that's going to be a tough one. Holy jeepers.
Isn't
okay. Okay.
And a little closer to home, our friend Ken says Elks forced turnovers. Who doesn't love a good turnover?
Man, that okay. Those are some tough ones. Those are the only two that are in there?
Only two in the chat right now.
Okay. Do you have any suggestions, Superfan?
Ooh, that is a good question. Yeah, this is tough. How about we could do sacks allowed or sacks
allowed? Okay.
We had 2 last game.
We did. Yes, that's very true.
See how that offensive line can keep Trey upright.
Okay, so we have passing yards. We have Elks forced turnovers. Yeah. So I'm assuming that would be fumbles and or interceptions.
Right.
So, but it doesn't include
turnover on downs.
Okay. And then we have
sacks allowed.
Okay, so Cliffy, Tim, do you have a favorite in there?
Or do you have your own?
That's right. Yeah, you can pull your own.
Oh, fantastic.
Put your trays in the upward position. Oh my God, that's amazing.
Very nice. Well done. Well done.
That's right.
The Cliffy
We're-
D seal of approval.
Yeah.
Yep, that's a good one.
That's right. We're on final approach.
Seems appropriate
And the
for the
show's
flight deck.
over. Yeah, that's great.
There you
Yeah.
go.
This is so meta.
Yeah, that's it. Facebook has nothing to do with this. Okay, carry on.
That I would. I mean, I'm with 1 or 3, but I'm trying not the second one.
So
Okay.
passing yards or sacks.
I'm trying to think
allowed?
of one for my Presbyterian bishopus. So I don't know. Because I want to be nice.
Why?
Yeah, we invited
Because I
you,
have
so you
for
can-
either
yeah.
one of them, I have numbers in my head already.
You don't
Right.
say.
So-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay. Here's a fun one. Here's a fun because I brought it up
Oh.
before. I don't know what the
Okay.
Elk stats are. Percentage of second downs completed for the game.
Converted.
Yeah.
What's the
Second down
con-
conversion percentage
Second down conversions for the game percentage. Yeah.
for Edmonton.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Well,
He's
I don't
big.
I don't know what their stats are. I mean, I can
They suck. They were only 42% in week 1
Yeah, 42.1% versus 70.
because they were
God. BC at 70?
yes,
20, yeah.
70.
20
Yeah.
second down attempts, 14 were converted.
How many 2-and-outs did BC have?
Not many.
Not
Well, that'd
many.
be 6, I guess.
Still at
guess, yeah.
70%? Holy crap.
Well, no, because they
Yeah.
actually had some third down attempts, so
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
not many.
All right. Hey, why don't we do that? If this could be fun with, why don't we say the difference in percentage on second down?
Oh. So
What do you
like the
think of
last
that
one would have been 28% kind of thing?
Correct.
So
Yes.
the
Yes.
difference between the two teams.
That's right. Difference between the two teams on second down. What do you like that one at all?
Like them apples?
That's different. That's different.
That is
I will-
different.
I-
That is
yeah, I'll-
different.
I'll-
It's
I'll
one we
give you
haven't
that,
done
guys.
before.
All right.
Yeah,
All
I'll
right.
I'll give you-
Okay.
I'll give you that one.
Thinking like that.
Yeah.
So we're gonna say that it is the difference. Let's see here.
Between
Difference
second down conversions?
in
Oh.
I'll
Second
I'll,
down conversion
Andrew,
percentage.
the it's 60% with when they round it up. I think they were like at 59.6. I think
Okay.
that's what the stats said today.
Okay. So I will go then with the difference in second down conversion. I think I'm going to say that right. Between the two teams, I will say 16.5%.
Interesting. It's funny. We're talking. I a number popped into my head too.
Did it? Okay.
It was close, very close
Oh.
to your number actually. Very
Okay.
close to
Well,
your-
then we'll know when you do your pick. So
Yeah.
Cliffy, over or under?
I'm going to say just under.
Just under. Really? Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. That surprises me. I thought you were going to go over for sure. Tim, who do you have, or what do you want there? Over, under?
I'm actually going to go over. The original number that I had in my head for some reason, 15% popped into my head.
Okay.
But I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be over. I don't see the. I don't know if the Owls with the travel can stay at a clip at 60%. I don't
Okay.
know if they can do that.
But can your defense hold?
Yeah, but I
The
still think it's gonna
Elks.
be. I still think it's gonna be slightly. I don't think it's gonna get above 20%
Okay.
between the
Okay.
two teams. But I think it is going to be over to get the number that you had projected.
Okay. Okay. Super fan.
I think under.
Uh-oh. It's a bad time to freeze right as he's trying to tell us the story.
He's making us wait. It's a cliffhanger. Has
It's
there
a-
ever been a cliffhanger?
There he is. There he is again. Let's try that
happened?
again. I don't know. You froze. It
Oh,
was
I don't know.
weird.
You all disappeared on my side.
Oh.
So I said I think we'll be better than them by about 13%. So yeah, let's go under.
Zero under. Okay.
Interesting.
Okay. We're gonna be better than them. Okay.
Gotta believe.
Gotta believe. Gotta believe. I am just for fun saying under. So the number I had in my mind was 14%. So that's so I will go under as well. I will get Kayla's picks as well, and then we will get that all in there. Always fun to do prop bets with you guys, so thank you for that. That's amazing. That was when we're making up weird stuff now to make this happen. So
We have a few
that'll be
comments in there.
Yes.
Ken says a potential rain game, so under.
Oh, yeah, I guess that may play a role. Yes,
Yeah.
that's fair. Yeah.
And Linda, we're hooped if we go with that. So
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, that's also
No,
fair. It'll be
Owls do need their first rain game of the year. We've played in smoke in week
That's
one.
true.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
We've played in Ottawa in week two.
Oh, nice.
So
Nice.
I mean,
So,
it's so nice. I mean, most teams just are happy to have, one stadium to call their own. But the Owls, they get to have two. I mean, Percival Molson in Montreal and Percival Molson West in Ottawa. I mean,
There's
it's
no
really
place
nice.
like Holmes.
It's
wow. Thanks, Sherlock. That was great. Yeah, that's good. Oh my, that's hilarious.
Ottawa
we
used
were
to be a
here.
place we never won.
Since I brought up, I'm curious because you guys are obviously gurus when it comes to the Elks and Edmonton football stats and stuff like that. But like the Owls, I mean, they've been dominant in Ottawa. Basically over the last 2 years, they won 11 straight in Ottawa.
Right.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Which tied a CFL record between two other teams. What's the longest that you guys can remember? What's the longest stretch that the Elks / Eskimos have won in a row at a visiting team? Do you remember?
Oh, I couldn't tell you. I know the first stat that comes to my mind when it comes to Ottawa, though, is Edmonton losing because Edmonton won in 1961 after losing the 60 Grey Cup to Ottawa and didn't win in Ottawa again for 20 years. 1981 was the first time they won in Ottawa after that.
Yeah,
So that includes near the end of the 5 in a row.
Yeah.
Wow. I'll have to reach out to Steve Daniel to find out because he was the one that got us one. So supposedly BC holds two 11-game records at two different stadiums.
Wow.
So
wow. Holy cow.
Yeah. And obviously, basically dominating the Owls in BC. So
yeah, I guess that's fair. I don't know. You'd have to think in the tough years of Saskatchewan that we went on a run there because it was like they hated us because we always won. So I don't know if that would be it or not, but I would have to think somewhere.
I don't have a lot of those stats by location. Mine are all versus team. So it's, we've beat Calgary this many times, but some were home, some were away.
Right.
I have to look that up. That's interesting.
All right. That's a good one. That's a great question. Well, let's wrap this up so that we can get into some overtime and some questions because that's always fun. And I'm sure there's a few going on in there. Before we do that, guys, where does everybody find your excellent show and all of their Alouettes news?
Go, Cliff, go.
All right. First and foremost, alouettesflighttech.ca pretty much gets you everywhere. Social media, you can find us on X, Facebook, Instagram, Alouettes Flight Tech. Basically, you just look for that. You're going to find us. Check out our YouTube channel as well now, because not only are we posting the audio and video of our podcast, but every single Flight Deck Live episode, our post-game show, will be on there as well. Win or lose, we go live. We do everything on there. And this year has really been special. Not only is it our 10th broadcast season.
Amen.
We've been amping up, doing some really incredible things so far, and we've had some pretty awesome stuff happening on our live as well. I mean, we've had Davis Alexander crash the first live we did at Percival Molson Stadium East, and then Wesley Sutton came on, and there is something to be said for podcast karma because both those guys have been playing absolutely phenomenal football as of late. So I'm not advocating per se that players should be crashing the podcast after or the live stream after a game. But if you need to, bust a slump or something like that, come on by. We'll take care of you. We'll help you out. And again, just follow Tim and I on X at Alouettes FL Deck, on Blue Sky as well. We're there too. So, I mean, we're all over the social medias. We're on the web. We're doing our thing, and we're loving every second of it.
They have a presence.
And what your shows usually come out on Wednesdays? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we record on Wednesday, and usually late Wednesday night into Thursday morning is when we release.
Okay, fantastic.
But again, hit that notification bell. Make sure you're following us. Make sure you're subscribed.
Can't miss it.
There you go.
Yeah, it's one of our favorites, absolutely. And Cliffy, where does everybody find you on socials?
At Cliffy D. That's usually the best place to find it, other than Instagram. And that one, what? Someone actually does have that, and it makes me so mad. Like they post so infrequently. It's like, just give me the bloody name. Come on, give it to me. But
hunt them down.
Alas, you can find me and my very poor Instagram game over at Cliffy D Pine. But
All right.
everywhere else is Cliffy D.
All right, sounds good.
Goddamn 4 extra letters. Come on.
Wow,
I'm telling you.
It's a tough one.
That tell you, having to worry about that, Cliff, it's a real pine in the ass.
Oh, there you go. Nice. Yeah. All right, Capper, where do we find you?
I'm on X and Blue Sky over at Repacked, REPPACT.
Lovely. Do you know how long it took me to realize that was your last name backwards? Like I had to
ask last year.
Then I'm like, wait a second. Yeah. So
yes,
well
sir.
done. Super fan, where does everybody find you?
You can find me at 56 Parkies on pretty much all the socials, including Instagram. Or you can find the Edmonton Football History account at EDMHISTOREE.
Wonderful. And of course, follow our sister at Duchess Lombardi on the X, Twitter, whatever.
Twix.
Exactly. And follow me at Freepalicious in the show at the Turf District on all of the different social channels, including if you happen to be over on Twitch and watching us, hey, throw us one of those, Amazon Prime subs. That would be great. We'd appreciate it. But any shares, likes, subscribes, reviews, all of those things help to grow the show. Comments, do all those things. It all helps. So thank you very much. Also, make sure you're following our friends at Pay It Forward with Football as they continue to spread kindness, and we need all of the kindness in this world. And they are just wonderful people. So follow them just for that. Now, I didn't mention it before, but check out the store. Zazzle.ca/store/turf_district_shop. We have more stuff coming out, so check it out there and grab your Turf District gear. Now, if you're
Andrew, sorry.
Yes.
I'd be remiss if I didn't mention too that we also have the store as well. That if people are interested in Alouettes flight deck gear, check out flightdeckgear.ca. We also have new stuff coming out as well, and absolutely phenomenal.
I know you do. It's wonderful stuff. That bird shirt was unbelievable. And
Still
if Kayla was here, she'd be like, look, I have one of these. Like, yeah. So that's a pretty good Kayla impression, I thought.
That was bang on.
Yeah, thanks.
Still pleasant.
So pleasant. Yeah. All right. Well, so if you are live with us, stick around. We'll have a little bit of overtime here this evening. Otherwise, we will be back on our regularly scheduled night of Tuesday next week because there will not be a playoff game that is interrupting our podcast time. To be fair, we probably could have podcasted last night because the game was over before 7:30 anyway.
Yeah.
But needless to say, thank you, Oilers, for a wonderful run and giving us that joy and hope all the way through. Unfortunate how it ended, yes, but we can't be far off. They're an exciting team to watch. So thank you very much for that.
Get a goalie.
Yeah, I think we need to get defense, but we'll have that conversation at another time. Well, we can talk about that. So join us next week. We will be back, of course, with another First Down This Beer, some more Horde Intel, and lots of fun to talk about our 1-1 Edmonton Elks. There you go, Mike. Thank you. So in the meantime, for Tim, Cliffy, Commissioner K, Linda, and Superfan Mike, I'm Andrew. Remember, you can't catch footballs with your face. And we will absolutely talk to you next week.
Don't go anywhere. It's overtime.
All right. I really don't want that to. I really want that to stick around, I guess, so that we can't see anybody. There we are. We are back. Holy cow.
No one wants to see us anyway.
It's only 2 weeks. It's way out of practice. Can't hit anything properly.
Early season form.
This is a lot of touching different buttons. I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, I
Oh
did
my
that.
God.
Oh, no. There's so much
Yeah.
blushing going on. There.
Purity,
Yeah.
purity rules,
That's right.
cockles, and now
And
touching. Oh,
That's right. Touching a lot of buttons. That's right.
touching a lot of buttons.
Title of the podcast. All right. Welcome to Overtime. Overtime is when we want you to throw your questions into the chat, and we will answer as best we can between the four of us. Michael, I'm sure we have a few early on, and
Oh, we got lots of stuff in there.
Oh, wonderful. So,
Absolutely. Linda
Throw
did
away.
say, of course, keep it up. I've got 3 beers open here.
oh, wonderful. Okay.
Can I say major props to Linda for the Fein Zimone? But it is
Absolutely.
not for the faint of heart. I can tell you that right now. I don't have to tell you, Mike, but I mean,
Yes.
it is a phenomenal beer. But yes, proceed with caution. If
Well,
you're
like your better half said, it's not a kid's beer.
Yeah.
No,
Proceed
No.
with caution. You have enough of those things, you may start seeing white horses.
Yes, it's true. Is that
In a
what it was?
Montreal stadium. What's going on?
And here I thought it was just black cherry soda.
it's not Heineken. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I was pretty impressed that she brought up that you brought up Modit.
Yeah.
I was pretty impressed. By the way, I had to look. It's made by the same company.
Yeah.
Unibrow.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What's Modit? Is it a different?
Cursed or damned.
It's a curse word.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Damn it.
It's
But then
yeah, it's
what-
8%. 8%
Oh, it's
alcohol
8
content.
instead of 9. Oh,
There,
okay.
there
Yeah.
is one. I think Cliff, isn't there one that's 11?
Yeah, there is.
Oh,
I have not
Yes.
had that one.
I thought it was Modit, but I'm wrong.
no. The Modi's almost like a starter compared to the Fein Zimone. But, and yes, there is an 11% one. The name escapes me right now, but yeah.
Yeah,
11.
but I know there's one. But only in Quebec can you go to a dep and buy an 11% beer.
Oh, there you go. There is go Chambly. Quebec.
No, she's just saying go. That's where it's from. It's
Oh,
Chambly.
that's where it's from. Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
Champlain.
There's also a
Oh.
Blanche de Chambly beer, which is very tasty.
Mhm.
Oh, wow! Look at you! Wow.
Yeah, we had a lot. We had a run of Quebec beers for a while, and it was very distant memories.
Yeah, but
Or
beer,
half
no beer,
memories,
no
as
beer
it
for me,
might be.
but
Yeah.
still props.
Yeah. All right. So what else we got here? We have Leanne kicking us off. Wait, what? No Kayla?
Yeah, no. Unfortunately, Kayla was feeling under the weather, so she needed to
On the one
she
show
needed to
list.
rest up, so she's ready for the home opener tomorrow. So
This is important.
Kayla Cliff, take off that mask.
That's
Come
right.
on.
Should go get my shirt and just hold that up, and I feel like she's here.
I feel
I want you to
like
do your best impression of.
Wieners for Cliffy. It'd be great.
This is definitely overtime territory.
Isn't it?
that's basically
Uh,
how this works. Yeah, I don't know if you knew that or not, but it gets a
talking-
little.
Oh, this ain't my first rodeo.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm sorry. You brought it up. Speaking of wieners, did you guys see the one in Ottawa that they were selling It was like
No.
a chili dog.
Oh yeah, I
with
saw the
one
picture.
talking
chili
about
dog
there
with,
for a
with
second. I'm
Doritos on top.
in Ottawa. What are they showing on TSN? What is going on? No,
This
the
is the
hot-
city that used to have the trying to get the beads.
That's right. Yeah, the Mardi Gras. There we go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I did not see it. It had chili on it.
And
Chili and crushed
It looks like
Doritos.
Doritos.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, I do my best to try not to look
I'd-
at a lot of wieners.
I'd try
It's
one.
just me. Yeah, you try one. Look at you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
And they also have
Continental.
tacos in a bag there. I saw.
Yeah.
So I think you're inspiring them. That you're inspiring many choices there, Mike.
Well,
actually-
you know, we can when they get the Montreal smoked meat, we can talk.
Oh,
Yeah,
bless their heart. They
I
try.
actually I forgot to shout out our friends out at the Argo game doing East of Us.
Right.
And that was pretty cool. Like
It is a
I
lot of
love
fun.
that has sparked some groups getting together and sharing a drink. That's fantastic. So congrats to you guys. And I know that much like happens here, West of Us is sometimes the best part of the game. I felt like the case. What the wow. That is a dog right there.
No.
All right, then. I like how it sticks out both ends. Okay, we need to move on. Is there any question?
What, Tim showing off his wiener on TV?
It's
so much
covered
for the
come
purity
on,
rules.
It's covered in chili, and it's already in a bun. Come on.
Is it-
Okay.
We're not here to discuss your kinks, bud. Let's
Wow.
After
please.
dark.
Wow.
I'm not
we all
kink
just
shaming,
became
just-
best friends. That's right. Yeah. That's
I mean,
good.
it's no 5-pound burrito, but come on.
Oh my.
Well, as Leanne would say, the D was underwhelming, but the lack of O was beyond frustrating.
Oh
I can only
my.
imagine.
Yeah, that yeah,
You
that's
sure did. You
you
sure
really
did.
did. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. You know what? The defense was. I'm going to call it the defense at this moment. It was great in the first half.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, just well, again, when you're on the field, more than half of football, you're going to get tired. That's what happens. So
It happens to the best of us.
I know you're there for the CFL community when you go to BC, Andrew, but it's like Al's fans going to BC. I'd never go to an Al's. Is it getting frustrating? I think you've been. I think it's the last three times you've been.
well, I was there. So it was 4 years ago. Because they had what's the name of that band?
One Republic.
Yeah, One Republic. Thanks. Then I was there the next year for LL Cool J. I missed last year because Edmonton wasn't playing them in the first game when it was 50 Cent. But then Edmonton was playing them here, and I was there for Snoop Dogg. And all 3 games, they got blown out pretty badly.
We won in 2021. We won in 2019 in BC.
Yeah, but not the first game.
And he wasn't there.
And that's what I'm saying. Like we don't win there. I mean, I
Yeah,
lived in Victoria, so I used to go over for the Edmonton games, and I remember seeing as many wins as we saw losses there. But
Yeah,
Right.
I don't think I have seen Edmonton win there. So as much as I really do
nor
go
do
to spend
Al's
time
fans.
with Tyler, I'm going to have to go out to Vancouver and not go to the game
Yeah, that's fair.
just to try and help them out.
I mean,
Yeah,
at least you
just-
got to win. The Owls have one win in 20 years, and that was when they were playing over at Empire.
Yeah, that's
They also won in 2015.
That's right.
who's that?
The LS.
yeah, they went out there. But yeah, Edmonton is that opening game is killer. I don't know. It's always a great concert though. It's good. Tyler and I have lots of laughs, so that's good. Yeah. Yes, I agree with Linda. Yes, on that One Republic night, the BC fans actually felt sorry for us. They did. That wasn't that the 54 to like 3 or some stupid.
Yeah, it
thing?
was
Like,
not a great game.
It was not a good game. Yeah. It
Yeah.
started from the first whistle and just got worse. Yeah.
Just got worse and worse. It was 59 to 15.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, exactly.
Could have gone either way.
Yeah. Right.
Then they blew
Then
the
they-
opening whistle, and that was it.
Correct. That was over. Yeah. It was a
Had
tough
them right
one.
where you wanted them.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you, John Huffnagel? Yeah. Oh my. Okay. Something about these Edmonton teams. They like to fight back from deficits. I don't know why, but
Yeah.
yeah. Always got to make
Or
it hard
not.
on themselves. Yep. City of
Yeah.
Champion fans. That's what that is. Okay. Next.
Talking about the game tomorrow, bring your rain jacket off and on all day tomorrow, says John K.
Yeah, I did see that, but in the latest one that I looked at, the weather report, it looked like it was clearing up kind of mid-afternoon. So hopefully,
Yeah,
it'll
so
hold
John
off
was
the
saying
game.
that look up on the weather network, it's supposed to rain in the evening and only be 9 above. But Ken says rain most of the day tomorrow, but there's supposed to be some clearing in the evening. So
Yeah, and that is what I just recently saw on my weather app as well.
Yeah.
So hopefully, I'm going to go with that. I
let's
will bring the canopy to tailgate though, so that we are
yes.
soaked before we go into the game. Yeah, and a rain jacket.
Yes. Poncho.
Yay! Got to cover up my new jersey. No, I'm
That's
not getting one tomorrow. It'll be soon though.
Just
Yeah.
keep those smash burgers nice and crisp, and you'll be
Yeah.
good.
That's
So
right.
the question is, who are you going to get on a New Jersey?
Well, I think you know who I'm getting on a new jersey. When I get the new home jersey with the right color numbers, then I will likely be going with a number 81 for
Nice.
Mathis.
Zachary Mathis.
He is my
Austin.
he is my pick for breakout player on this team this year. So
Outstanding.
yep. He'll get there. Just you watch. Yeah,
Yep.
those antler legs, they go on forever. Yeah, it's amazing. There's gonna
Antelope or antler?
Be well, yeah, I was gonna say antelope, I guess.
Might be the
But
only,
I
might
am,
be the only way you can see something Elks on those jerseys, right?
yeah.
That's fair.
Well, I mean, he's gonna high point those balls in the end zone. I just know it. Yep. And he's a good dude. So go Zach.
He
Go.
is a good dude.
Yes.
Because I mean, I kind of feel like you guys are Elks in name only now, just with, and I get it, leaning completely into the double E, but
Yes.
whew, like I mean, like even the TSN opening for CFL and TSN, like it's the double E, it's not the actual Elk logo anymore.
Right.
It's incredible.
But I mean, to be fair, we had the double E logo all the time up until 2021. So
Yes. Yeah. So
I
good
still
to-
I
good
like
to
the reimagining of how they put the double E on the helmet. I really do.
we had
Yeah,
a double E
I
on the
think-
helmet for what, 1966?
Yeah, well,
or
no, but
65.
how they modified it because they went with the signature uniforms and they put it was slightly larger on the helmet. And I think they've come out with a perfect, a perfect, it's a perfect look.
Mhm.
You know, it's like
It's a modern classic.
exactly. You don't necessarily need to have the oval. I mean, Cliff can attest to this, especially with San Francisco. It looks like San Francisco, the Niners, are going away from the oval also.
Right.
Mhm.
So it's a great look and it's a great homage to the city. And I'm glad they've done that. And it's just finding about how you guys, and we know how everybody feels about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some people will say it, some people won't. But I like what the Elks have done. Just
Yes.
it's still double E, still the double E way, as you guys would say.
Mhm.
Yeah. Linda says, I still like the Elks logo. I do like the Elks logo. I think
Yeah,
it's
I
a
did.
solid logo. But I mean, even though we had different logos before the double E, we still use the double E on the helmet, which is what I think it's still a great look for me. So
What, they didn't want to put Nanook on the helmet? Like that would
they did almost. It was
about to say,
I know
thought they did.
they tried it, but it was never worked. And they also had one that was on the jersey.
yes,
Horrible.
awful.
Like you remember when the Memphis Mad Dogs had the Mad Dog coming out of the pants?
Oh yeah.
They did that for a test run for the Edmonton jersey and in '96, I think. And yeah,
I
It's a
don't
look.
want a mad dog coming out of my pants.
no. Would you rather have a Jason the Argonaut or?
Well,
Or a Barracuda.
see, the thing is with at least Jason, he was still in his logo. He was still in the logo himself. This literally was a mad dog coming out of your pants.
Look,
There's the title of the
Barracuda is a
podcast.
nickname that is reserved for only certain people.
Barracuda.
Turf District After Dark.
Correct. We've really gone off the rails since we started talking
No
about
manatees.
meters. I don't
It's-
know. No
It's
manatees.
close to ADHD, but it's TDAD.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
the huge manatee.
oh, that nice. Oh my.
What else we got in here now that we're, this is from actually off the start of the show.
Okay.
Leanne says, how was our kicking game in the BC game? I can't remember. Oh, wait. Yes, I do. I paged Andrew and or Coach Vic to get down the sidelines and start warming up.
Yes. Yeah. I did get to see Coach Vic at halftime too, which was
Nice.
great.
Yes.
Always good to see our friend Coach. And yeah, it was a little tough. Yeah.
Yeah. Again,
But-
at halftime, Edmonton was winning. So,
Again, and I put my confidence in Mark Killam because he knows kickers. So I feel like he knows something that we don't. And yes, he had a bad game, but can he bounce back from it? And after the game, it wasn't like I didn't see anybody like throwing him under the bus. It
Right.
was just like, hey, yeah, it happens. Had a rough game and he'll bounce back, and he's got a lot of potential, and we're excited to see what he can do. So
let's see it.
It's like Brett
Sounds
Lawther.
like Ryder fans this past week with Brett Lawther having another crap game.
That was a pretty brutal game.
I mean, two in 2 years last week, and then the one that he had versus the Alouettes. Yeesh.
the thing is that he has like one of those games in the year, but then the rest of the time,
Why can't be against us?
Yeah, I know. Everyone wants it to be us. Yeah, against us.
With all honesty, I think people were talking about, should there be some changes? We're only 2 weeks in.
Of course.
When it comes to kicking game and stuff like that. But with all honesty, guys, I know you guys would be happy about this. I'd love to see Dean Faithful back in this league
Yes.
because he just had
100%.
he just had an amazing indoor season when he was playing in Arena Football 1.
Yeah.
He got, this is the type of guy, and this is what I like about kickers and just in general, because he was able to change his game to be able to so he could score more. There are different ways of scoring in arena football, so I don't want to bore people. But he changed his game slightly, where he became one of the best scoring kickers in the league this year. And I think it just goes to show, if you can kick a ball in between two uprights of 9 feet across rather than the regulation.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's a good kicker. And he sent me the video when he tackled that one guy, and I said, oh, hey, look, you're like trying to be a linebacker. That's cool. And so I
Butter that toast, Blake.
So
checks in the mail.
yeah. So I don't get me wrong. Like I said, I want to believe Coach Killam, and I want to give Blanchard lots of opportunity and make sure that we're, that, because I feel like the potential in that leg is huge. He can monster kick it. So we get it under control, it's going to be a whole different ball game. But would I be happy to have Dean back here or back in the CFL? 100% I would.
Yes, of course.
Who's the backup for you guys for Blanchard?
Cody Grace.
I think so. Yeah. Like
So-
we don't have another kicker on the roster.
Because for me, it's, and Cliff and I,
We have a suspended
years-
kicker.
yeah, for years in the CFL, you either went with, as you guys know, you went with one guy only who did both,
Yeah.
or you had a guy doing both. I mean, the Alouettes just switched I think it's 3 or 4 years ago, for the first time having one guy doing one guy doing punting, one guy doing kickoffs and extra points, field goals, and now we consistently have a backup of on the roster. And I think we've seen this last year. I think if Bede had somebody pushing him, he might have been slightly better.
But
I think
he did. He had Dean.
I know.
But they just weren't going to play him. And
They played him one game.
Yeah.
He went through the same thing in Montreal. Bede went through the same thing in Montreal. He just needed to get somebody to say, you know what? I'm coming for your job, sucker. You better play better.
Here's the thing. Dean could have said that, but because of who was in place in the coaching staff,
Fair.
doesn't matter. Like it like Dean like
He was too expensive to sit.
correct. Dean outkicked him in training camp by a mile and still didn't get the starting job, like because of the money that was on the table. So
Yeah, but okay, it was a guaranteed contract for Bede? Because it's very simple. If somebody's too expensive,
after
you get
Labor Day, right? Once you
after Labor
cross
Day,
that point where you're guaranteed,
or
at
9
that
games
point,
or whatever
yeah.
it is.
but
yeah.
but as Andrew just said, if Dean outkicked him, kick him to the curb.
But
I mean,
they-
the Alouettes had no problem kicking,
or wide left of the curb,
releasing
whatever.
Fletcher.
or
You know what I
wide
mean?
right of the curb. Yeah.
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 It's I think the thing is though, is that I mean, I think Chris Jones just had it in his mind that, you know what, I'm going to pay this guy a bunch of money and he's our kicker. Like,
Because he had one good year the year before.
yeah.
And where's he playing now? Oh, wait, he's not.
Right. Exactly. So yeah, I don't think it was an actual competition. If it was, we would have seen a lot more Dean last year.
And Vincent Blanchard was there as well.
Yeah,
last year.
absolutely. Yep. And
Gotta
and
love
was
those lapel
impressive
kickers.
in training camp. Like he was, again, we were like, ooh, look at that leg, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, he's no Jake Julian. Like, let's not get carried away, but he is, pretty good.
There's
So-
only one.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Tampa Bay.
Yep. After getting robbed of the special teams player of the year up here when he should have got it. Anyway, not that I sit on that fence every
Punters
time.
are people too.
Correct. Yes. Should have won. All right. What else? Boy, we can get off on a lot of tangents really
We
quickly.
can.
Yeah.
Ironically, Boyko and Smith are listed as questionable on the injured list, but are on the depth chart for tomorrow. So is Martez Ivy. He was also listed originally as questionable, and all three are playing.
Yeah. So guess
Listed as starting.
yeah,
How are your depth charts out now when you guys aren't playing tomorrow?
we are playing tomorrow.
Sorry.
That's how.
Actually, where you are, we're playing today.
That's true.
No, not yet. No,
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
it's
not
only
quite yet?
11:20.
Not
still
quite yet?
still 40 minutes.
It's not quite game day. Okay, I was
Not
just
quite
making sure.
yet.
Okay,
Not quite
All
yet
right.
on a
Yeah.
game day. What else we got
You
here?
can tell when it switches to game day because Cliff will go nuts.
It's
Jerry
like-
says,
That's
saw
right,
that the
you wanna
Argos
let
have
the hair down.
re-signed Kevin Brown,
Yes, they did bring him back.
Yeah.
So
which is great. Of course, we
all
love
great
Kev.
for KB. Absolutely. Yep. Lots of support from us, but they have Mac Mahan. Did I say that right?
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. So we'll see. I
Leanne
meant
has
to
a
ask.
question.
Actually, I
Yeah.
meant to ask you guys. Scott, that is coming in as the backup for Earlington. He had but Tice was the guy that hurt. But this week it's Scott, right? That's coming in.
Yeah.
Correct.
And he had a decent camp too, did he not?
He really did.
Yeah.
He was
okay.
He did not look out of place whatsoever. But Tice got most of the attention because that second preseason game against Ottawa, he was all over the place. I mean, he was just phenomenal. But Stevie Scott, there's definitely talent there too. We got to see a little bit of it last year in spurts towards the end of the season. But I'm looking forward to seeing what Stevie Scott can do because we know Travis Tice is outstanding. Sean Thomas Earlington is
he's
he
played
really
really
has
well.
come alive. I'm excited just how well he's progressed, and he was almost like a forgotten thought, other than being on special teams. Like he's a special teams demon as well. I mean, like what can't this guy do? He's like a Swiss Army knife. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah. That's
All right,
very true.
stop. Collaborate and listen. Sorry.
Yes. That's great. Yeah. Okay. Now it's game day. No. Okay. Go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
From Leanne, for Cliffy or Tim, which line on the Owls has had the most turnover from last year?
Oh, wow. You know what? Really, it's not really a line. It's the running backs.
Right.
Well, backfield,
Yeah.
I guess that you're
Back,
right.
you're running back.
Not technically a line per se, but
No, I'm trying to think of one.
Position group,
Really.
yeah.
Probably offensive line actually, because we had Philippe Gagnon leaving free agency to Saskatchewan.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, got hurt.
true. Yeah.
Christian Matt called it a career,
Mm-hmm.
so that led the Alouettes to drafting Tiger Shanks, who I believe is active for tomorrow. And I'm
Such a great name.
It's a
Yeah.
football name. It's a
Yeah.
football name.
Yeah, and he's a big boy too. I mean, not Sean Oakman big. I mean, that guy's massive, but Tiger Shanks, he's a big fella too. And I'm really excited to see what he and Jamar McGloster do at the right tackle position. Like, ooh, that's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
Okay.
I would say if I had to it probably had to be the offensive line, the most, I guess, for lack of a better term, turnover. Like, I mean, they still kept you still got Justin Lawrence, you still got Pierre Olivier Lestage. You know, like those are your stalwarts right there, and Nick Callender, but unfortunately Callender is injured. But like those three guys right there are basically the anchors of the O line for the Alouettes. But these other pieces are in play as well. I'm feeling good about that. I mean, I think the first game they didn't play, I felt, up to their potential, but I think they gave Davis Alexander a lot more time and space last week versus Ottawa. So the potential is there. It's just a matter of staying consistent and just working on gelling together. But yeah, I'm really excited to see what Tiger Shanks can do in a real game time situation.
What I heard there was go Elks D line. Okay, what's the next question, Mike? Yeah, okay.
So we did talk a little bit about the first down this beer. Leanne's got a great tagline: "Eat up, drink up, antler up."
Oh, there's a good one. Yeah.
But the important question coming from our very own Cliffy D. Pine: can we confirm that belch came from Kayla asking for a friend?
People need to know.
I will never tell.
That's right.
That's right. It's a turf district secret.
Life's great mysteries.
That's right. Yep.
That's
Yep,
okay. I'll live my own alternate universe where that is, and that actually is her superpower.
There we go. There's the metaverse version right there.
We need to get the video of Caleb, like as it goes, like that.
Well, that picture at the beginning. That's what you're doing.
Just use the
I don't ask
card.
for much from you, but please.
Just when that picture comes up, and then it have the belch, it'll be perfect.
I
Okay.
don't know what deity I need to pray to for that to happen, but
All of them.
it's gotta happen.
You had about
Jesus,
3,000 to pick
hallelujah,
from.
I love you all. Yes, make it happen.
Well,
word.
Tyler, I'm sure is taking notes. We'll see how this goes.
Listen,
Yeah.
unless you guys don't care about ratings all of a sudden, but who am I to tell you how to do your job?
We'll
That's
bring it for
Tim's
sweeps
problem.
week.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, good
Podcast
Lord.
Sweeps week, right?
Thanks, producer Cliff. I appreciate that. Great idea. It's usually producer Tim, but this week, yeah.
I know I may have stolen his thunder, so my bad.
You know, it's fun. That's
As long as it's
fine.
not tomorrow.
I'll be the producer of TDHD, so I mean it's fun.
Nice.
Hey, I'm just happy you sent me the proper link for this and join, like unlike last time.
TDOT, isn't it? Is that what we said? Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, no,
I
Turf District After Dark.
Oh yeah. Okay. TDA,
It's true.
Got it. Yeah. Okay. All right then. What else we got there, Mike?
John Kay is also reminding us that we now have a house band at the Elks games. 10:02
Yes.
music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm
Pretty
curious
exciting
to
to
see
see.
what that. Yeah, I'm curious to see what that sounds like.
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Where are they
Wonder
going
if
to
they're-
put them?
Well,
Right
I
where the
don't-
white horse is. I don't know.
So
Um,
so you're saying they're 1 week and gone another?
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
yeah.
Or in the end
Um,
zone, because that's where
yeah.
the white horse was.
Yeah, I know. Handing out Heinekens. It'll be great.
Perfect. I think I don't know for sure, but I feel like they're gonna put them in one of the corners where
Yeah.
the like the Coors Light section was or whatever. I think they might actually take up one of those
Oh,
corners.
please tell me a bomb. Someone throws a long bomb down in the corner,
right into there. Yeah.
right to the drums. It'll be great. It'll be like a Who show or something.
Yeah, it'll be fantastic.
I mean, it can't be any more awkward than that's not one reason why I'm asking, because you've seen where they usually put their house bands in Ottawa. They're at this
Right.
usually chalet or whatever the hell you want to call it, but it's up on the main concourse.
Yeah.
right.
They didn't even put their bands down on the field.
Yeah, no, this will be they will be well, not accessible
On
but
top
they
of
will
the
be-
speaker, right at the middle.
Yeah,
That'll be
perfect.
Ooh,
Love
Oh,
it,
that
yeah.
would, it's a U2
Hope
concert.
you don't
on
have
top
vertigo.
of- right on
Lady
top
Gaga.
of Musselman's office. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the Graham did a wonderful job in the preseason game. I'm excited for him. to be in
Yeah,
that game.
absolutely.
Yes,
This could be
Yes.
great.
be awesome.
What else we got here? Oh, talking about Toronto, of course, handing out those replica rings. Our good friend ex Pegger Chris says, Cliffy, BB fans got 2 replica rings.
Incredible.
To
And I
which-
guarantee they didn't have to pay a damn dime for them, like what
Nope.
Alouettes fans were expected to do. See,
Yeah, probably.
right there. Tell me I'm wrong.
They had to pay up
I'm
for
impressed
those.
that you used the word gauche.
Where do
So-
we live, Tim?
That's left.
Yes,
Is that what that means?
It's so left.
it's so
It's-
left.
What does? Okay, you can explain that to me later.
It's not
I
right.
will.
Oh, it's not
Yeah.
right. Got it. Oh, got it. Okay, yeah. Hundo P. All right.
Saved you a click.
There you go. And in Latin, left.
I don't
is
know. That's
sinister. Go
sus
figure.
to me.
Well done.
So sus.
You come around eventually.
Yeah, no, definitely not. You should see Paul and Mike in our chat when they get going, just to drive me crazy. Like
Yeah.
it is pure comedy. I have screenshots of that original conversation so that I can read it to people, and I tell them that both of you are older than me, and then everybody laughs when
And everyone, once they hear it, understand. Oh yeah, it definitely sounds like it.
yeah, exactly.
Got their
Should
New
we
Balance
just-
sneakers on, and
Should we just
Oh
throw
my.
out random comments or random?
No, they're
random-
just like this.
Daddy chill.
Daddy chill. This chat is straight fire. This is for real, for real.
Oh my God, Andrew, that's so
No cap.
French.
Like it's
Are they-
no, yeah,
Sounds
No.
a little delulu.
Yeah,
straight.
Andrew
fire
just wants to yeet us out of
busing.
there.
Oh,
2 words, 4
That-
letters. Yeet. Sorry.
you're so chuggy. I whatever. I don't know.
I hate to
It's-
tell you, I do yeeting. I think that's I yeet.
I had one. Did you? Oh, you sent that right, Mike? With the
Yeah,
yoink is exactly the same as yeet, but opposite.
it's the opposite.
So
Yeah,
the Lord yeeteth and the Lord yoiketh away.
yeah,
Like the old cartoons, eh, Mike? Yoink.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yoink. I knew what it meant, but yeah. Anyway, very
Yeet.
funny.
What else we got here?
Okay, what else is there?
New, and this is from Facebook. Pierre
Ooh.
Bruret saying, looking
Nice.
forward to seeing Harry Ainley alum Lual Uglak on the Als D line.
Lowell's
Can we just take a minute
been
and
good.
celebrate what an absolutely phenomenal interception he had last week against Ottawa?
Yes,
Yeah,
that was
Those
really
big
really
meaty
good.
paws up in the air, snatching that football like Mr. Miyagi grabbing the fly with the,
fly with the
chopsticks.
Absolutely.
My word, Lowell is
Beautiful.
such a beast.
And of course, you know, a good U of A center as well with
I really
Taylor?
wanted Lowell to end up here when that draft happened, and then
absolutely.
just because he was a Charger, like he played on the same team, obviously years before, but
Yeah.
Riley played with one of his brothers,
Mhm.
right, like when he was with the Chargers, and so I was like, oh, that would be really cool to have a Charger alumni on the Elks team. Like it'd be kind of wild, but that didn't happen. So
And
unfortunately,
for that, we are thankful because what a find. He is
Yeah.
an absolute beast.
yeah,
And the sweetest guy off the field too. That's the amazing thing. Absolute terror on the field, but what a prince off the field.
yeah, exactly. Yes, Pierre, I agree. Big mistake not to pick him. I 100% agree.
Yeah.
I thought he was coming this way. I don't remember who we picked. What year did he get drafted? 2 years ago? 3 years ago?
2023, he was drafted.
2023. So that would have been who
Oh,
was
God.
was that the year that we had the first
What?
and then we traded it? We traded down?
No, that was the year before. I think didn't you take DeBlanco in
Yes.
2023?
First overall pick. Yeah.
2020
2024
No,
was to Blanco.
24 was DeBlanco.
bad.
23 was
2023
Yeah, Mike
we
Bell.
took Broderick.
right. Broderick. Yeah. Yeah. Another linebacker. And not that he's not good, but yeah, that one should have been Uguak for sure.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
What are you gonna do? Okay, what do we got here? Leanne wants to know what's it like at Percival without the air horns?
Oh yeah, that's a great question.
We don't. Okay,
Eh,
that's a
go ahead.
it's a misnomer. When we're there, we really do
Right.
not hear them.
Right, because they were just by
Okay.
the microphones, right? So
Well,
we heard it on
no. It's
TV.
not that. It's just that. I mean, Cliff and I have sat in the section where they were prevalent in years past. You get used to them depending on where you're sitting. Because where we're sitting in V1, you really don't hear them. And honestly, I'm curious to know what type of, because I will give the team props. They got complaints, but yet the team also reached out to the guy who was the, I don't want to call him an instigator, but the guy who really had
Catalyst.
the horns and really started it.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
But props to the team for asking, because the team could have said, we're going to do it anyways.
Right.
But there are ways around it. There are ways around it. Depends on, because I'm waiting to see the next giveaway where they give out cowbells. How does a cowbell not equate,
And
this type of noise?
to some people, more annoying. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to talk annoying? Listen, when I was watching the Hamilton game last week, there was somebody there with, like, I'm sure it was a kazoo or something like that, right by the microphone, and just making this loud squeaking noise constantly. I find that a hell of a lot more offensive than these bloody air horns that everybody's complaining about. I mean,
Again, it was just on TV. Linda talks about it here.
Yeah.
When I was at Percival Molson, the horns were not an issue. It's just a TV thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Actually,
again, right by the
it's a-
microphones.
it's a TV thing in English.
Oh,
If you ever watch an RDS broadcast, it is not the same.
Oh, really?
I mean, you
For so many
hear them, but
reasons.
it's you're like Tim said, it's not as prevalent. I mean, it's not
Right.
Yeah.
overpowering the broadcast. And again,
Yeah.
that's, as far as I'm concerned, it was a TSN thing, and I think they wanted to lean into that controversy to, stoke
Right.
the fires or whatever. Because I mean, I still laugh. The 2023 Grey Cup, they went out of their way to advertise the fact that Alouettes fans were not going to be allowed to bring their air horns. Like,
Right.
they won all their other Grey Cups without air horns. So I mean, this is such a nothing burger. But whatever gets clicks, right?
For now, really, I think it's more prevalent now that there are vuvuzelas there in the stadium.
Right.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, that's yeah.
That and something else. I don't know what else is being used, but
I've heard
Glad they didn't have
drums.
an elk call, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, you know what though? The Elks call only lasted a few games. So annoying. Yeah. Not our friend at the Elks call, but yes, the Elks calls. You were talking about nothing burgers. If you want something that is a something burger, join us tomorrow night at the tailgate to grab your smash burgers.
There we go.
Very, very good. That's right.
Shameless plug.
Shameless. All right.
Ain't no
What
shame
else
in
you
that
got there,
game.
super fan.
Uh,
No, so good.
It's got a good question from Linda here. Any thoughts on the new Hall of Fame inductees?
Well, there's
What's
no
it-
Elks, so
No, I was very excited at first when I thought there was one, but
the Brian Chu video that they did, how they tricked him into, telling him that he got inducted was amazing.
yeah. was
I
good.
understand the two other guys played for the Alouettes in such a way, but having a guy go from start to finish as an Alouette, Brian Chu is
Right.
more than deserving to be inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
I was excited when I saw Daryl Hall, and I'm like, oh, right, the other Daryl Hall.
The other day.
Because we also had a DB, Daryl Hall.
Yes.
But it's the
okay.
Calgary linebacker, Daryl Hall.
Yep.
Was he a man eater?
He was.
Oh, here he
Oh,
comes.
here he comes.
He had a big bushy mustache just to make it, fit.
Yep.
You have the
Private
that was-
eyes, they're watching you.
That was Oates.
Oh yeah, that's I know. That's why I said
Oh,
I was
they're not
blending them
friends
together.
anymore.
They're not.
No.
No,
No,
there's
they're
a
not.
lot of lawsuits. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Glenn Johnson also going in.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that one? I can't go for that.
No,
can
no
do.
can do.
No can do. Yeah, it's an interesting one. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's there are worse picks, but that one's that one I was like, okay, interesting. I've never met Glenn Johnson, so I don't really know anything
Bud
more
Stevens
than
be in there.
I know. There you go. I agree.
I can get behind that.
That's right. He can tell when he gets inducted, he can tell a story about how all the referees froze their dicks off. I would
Yeah.
love to. I want him to tell that story
Ah.
again. That
Oh.
is for all of you new people. That is a reference to, I believe, season 2 when we had
Yeah, it
Bud
was.
Steen on, and we did a.
I was on. Yeah.
Yeah, that was we. Now it is on our YouTube channel under the greatest hits.
Yes.
You will find that interview, and still absolutely one of my favorite guests. He was so funny. So it's great.
The Frozen Dick episode.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
That warms the cockles of my heart.
It's true.
Many clicks for frozen dicks.
That's the new hashtag.
There we go.
Clicks for dicks.
Don't put that as a hashtag.
No, I'm not going to do that. No, do not.
I mean, don't be
enter that
wrong. We would
into
have a lot of
your-
views.
Yeah,
but-
okay, we'll make it
yeah,
PG. Clicks for Richard. Are you happy now?
that-
Come on.
Yeah, that's
Richard Ray.
That's right. The
Dick Ray didn't
Yeah.
quite sound the same. So
with Mike and IT is like, do not put that in your search
no.
bar. Do not put that in
Good
there.
Lord.
That's gonna mean a lot of work for me. Don't do that.
All right.
Okay, meanwhile,
That is
our
getting-
algorithms are gone to hell right now.
Exactly.
I can't
don't
wait for you to
listen,
go on
Siri.
Instagram tonight, Cliffy.
What the hell?
Yeah.
It's like,
I'm
huh?
never going on this app again. Yeah.
There's
Okay.
no chili on that one. All right.
Oh my god, look at the size of that bun.
Oh my.
All right. Let's
It's
let's
too bad
wrap this-
Kayla's not here. She would love this conversation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She'd be like, click, I'm out.
Yeah, exactly.
Andrew, we all know that Kayla got so fed up with those wieners. Come on, man.
She did. Yeah, that's why we stopped doing it.
I know.
Yes.
I know.
You were at the
Why-
retirement party, Tim.
I
Yeah.
know I was. I know I was.
Why we're
That's
now
great.
it's wieners for Cliffy. Just
But then
check
again,
his feed.
didn't she come up with a random photo earlier this year where she was
Yeah.
posing with a dog? I
Well,
mean, come
yeah.
on.
Liz took the picture and
I mean,
owned
it's
it.
throwbacks. It's a
Yeah.
throwback, man. It's what's old is new again. You know, come on.
Retro.
That's the story of my life. Linda says every Hall of Fame induction announcement, I think about all the ones who have been overlooked. There are several.
oh
that I'm
yes.
still steamed about that aren't in the Hall of Fame.
What tell us, Mike? Who should be
John
in there?
Legrone should have been in the Hall of Fame
Yes.
40 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that one is that's one.
Do people forget about them, Mike?
Oh,
Do
absolutely.
you think that's what it is? Because
I mean, it's 51 years since Legrone last played a game.
right.
But,
do
that's
you
what I'm
think
saying. You
is
should
it
have got him 40 some odd years ago.
Is it a political thing? Is it that all of a sudden people think that they're not worthy? Is it a matter of we have more, somebody better to put into the hall? It shouldn't be that way. But
It's front of mind, right? You have people that are there, someone that everyone that's been following the game team for the last, or the game itself for the last 10 years will know the names.
right?
SJ Green going in obviously should be going in.
Yes.
But how many guys like that didn't quite get in, right?
Valid point.
And it's unfortunate. And Linda has a great point. When we were at the Hall of Fame, it's the 25th anniversary of the Alberta Sports Hall of Fame. So they're going to have 25 people that were missed in the last 25 years of nominations.
Oh wow.
She thinks that's a great idea. Like if they had a year where they were bringing in some of these people, or maybe putting people on the Elks Wall of Honor at Commonwealth.
Yeah.
There are again guys that should have gone on in that Wall of Honor 30, 40 years ago and have thus been missed.
Yes.
It makes me think what the Owls could do when it comes, because obviously we're getting to a point where retiring of some more numbers may be tough. I mean,
Yeah, we've never retired a number officially.
Yeah.
We just put them on the wall of honor, and then their number gets used again.
Right. But
Well, the only one that doesn't is Warren Moon.
Well, 21 as well.
21.
Well,
right.
when the Owls unearthed 86, how many years ago was that, Cliff? Where somebody wore it in camp, and we're like, "Excuse me, what?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
2011 that happened, and
and it was like, no. But there are some things. I think the Blue Jays, they have their own wall of honor and stuff like that, or the ring of honor, whatever they call it, and every team does it differently. Teams need to figure out something where they can bring in these guys who make it to the Hall of Fame. They're not going to retire Brian Chu's number. They're not going to retire,
No.
And
they need to figure out a way to have a, as you said, a ring of honor of some sort.
Yeah,
agreed. Because we get that a lot too. Like even SJ, people were like, "Why? When are they going to retire SJ's number?" I'm like, you can only retire so many numbers. I mean, it's going to get to the point where you're running out of numbers unless somehow
you're 3-digit numbers on the back of jerseys. You can't.
Basically, yeah.
Like in hockey, it's easier because you only have like 23 guys on a roster. But when you've got 45 guys, I mean, you're almost at half of the number, 2-digit numbers you could have.
Yeah.
But,
yes.
And look how many numbers the Montreal Canadiens have retired. I mean,
right.
Like that's why
the New York Yankees, same thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Linda's, remember when 42 showed up again?
Yeah.
Phone numbers become area codes.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Like that's the
Linda was talking about 42. I mean, the first time that 42 was used, they actually asked Kepley, and he said, "Oh, absolutely."
Like, yeah, that's fine.
We've had numbers that have gone a lot longer than that between use, like 50, 60 years between people using them. So,
well, and that I remember, one of my other favorite Dwayne stories is, a player comes in and says, "Oh, I want number 1," and are you Warren Moon? No. Well, then you can't have it. That's just how it goes, right?
So many great Dwayne stories. That's why I'm so glad he's positioned. Yeah.
Yep.
I always thought it would be so awesome if Michael Riley ever played for the Alouettes, but ain't no way he's getting 13.
Right.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah.
Actually, ain't no way Mike Riley's playing for the Alouettes.
That too.
Also true.
Especially during his heyday. Oh boy. Some of those teams, those Alouette teams were a hot mess, but
it's just a matter of I think teams need to think outside of the box now. I really do. Everybody has the wall of honor, but
Cyrillic numbers. It'll be great.
Ooh.
Like I like
upside down.
I do like the way that we've like in Edmonton where you have the Ring of Honor. I think I don't know exactly what we call it. Wall of Honor.
Yeah.
And the number is there, but that doesn't mean it can't be used again. It's just
numbers get retired for a period of time.
Yes.
We didn't have 65 used for many years after Dave Fennell retired.
Right.
Even 52 was worn by a player that played one single game for Edmonton and died the next day.
Right.
And it wasn't given out for 40 years.
Right. So
42 wasn't given out for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
48 wasn't given up for 50 some odd years.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think the oldest, I'm looking it up now. The oldest number that the Alouettes, what I'm saying, when the number that the Alouettes have retired, has been retired the longest?
Wouldn't it be Herb Trawick?
I'm trying. When was it?
Sure,
when was Trawick's number retired? That's the thing.
Because he played in the 40s and 50s. So
yeah.
It has to be one of the first.
Yeah, Junior IU was one.
Yeah,
Peter Della Riva.
Yeah,
George Dixon. Al Patterson. Yeah, so it's Sam Etchford. Yeah, it's
Patterson.
Yeah.
And then he became a Tiger Cat.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
something
a rifle thing. Yeah, Sam Echeverry. Yeah, it might be. Yeah. Good guesses. Oh my.
Yeah. All right, we got one more left here in the saved question. This is from Leanne. This is more of a request than a question. I'd like to request some Bang 'em Woo items in your Dazzle store.
In our Dazzle store? Bang 'em woo. Well, that
And once again, Tim will start blushing.
that's right.
Bang him. I don't even know him.
Yeah.
Oh, Tim just
Actually,
Wrexham.
you know
Bang
what,
'em.
Andrew? That would be a good addition to your "if you know, you know" line. It really
There you
would.
go.
Actually,
Yeah, the Bang 'em woos.
Yeah.
I guess we can do that. Yeah. I like. You're welcome, Mike. Yeah, that would okay. That's a good suggestion. I don't mind that at all. Yeah. We could have have like the burst and then have woo underneath. That'd be all right.
actually, front and back because it goes along with how it's done on your intro.
Have bang 'em woo on the front and bang 'em woo on the back. Yeah.
Bang
Yeah.
on the back.
written backwards too, so it looks like it's coming through your chest.
Oh,
So
that
there
would
we
be
go.
cool. Oh, that
There
would
we go.
that would be neat.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, okay. Well, we could probably do that.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, I don't like that. How many times does okay? Here's the thing. How close have you been? How many times does it say "bang 'em woo" in the intro?
4.
Anyone else with a guess? 3.
I'm thinking 3.
Let's find out, shall we?
Hey, fellas, we ain't gonna ever back down from nobody. I don't care who it is. This is a brotherhood. And if we stand strong together, we can't be denied. If one of us goes down, we have another, and another, and another that's ready to fight. So let's hit this field and bang 'em, bang 'em, bang 'em. Somebody light me up.
All right, so 3 times. Yeah,
It is.
3 it is. Yep.
3 times the lady.
I like that song too.
It's funny, every time I hear that gong, like I'm waiting for the Mortal Kombat theme to start.
One of these days, I'm gonna throw that in there just for you, Cliffy. Yeah. One of these days, I'll be able to play the victory music at the beginning again. And
There we go.
I'm very excited about that. Probably next week.
Tuesday it is.
Yep, love it. I love how we're so cocky and right now, and then tomorrow it'll be like, oh my god, how is this gonna work?
Maybe I got Cody Fajardo. F you, just watch me hold a clipboard.
So yeah, kind
I
of.
tease. I love Cody. Cody's a good guy.
He is a good guy. Finally got to meet him, so it was nice. I'm like, hey, I don't have to hate you anymore, even though you're because I always knew you were a nice guy, but yeah, but now okay, now I'm allowed to like you. That's great. Still have half a beer left. What else
You're
got?
slacking, Linda.
Wow, Linda, I tell you, that 9% takes a little time to get down. Well, actually, that probably was the first one gone. Yeah.
It wasn't as big, but I did finish my cider. So
There you go.
That means,
I'm glad you finished that sentence, Tim.
Yeah, me too. I was a little worried when there was a pause there. Yep. Like this has really gone downhill.
Off
Holy
the
cow.
rails.
Off the rail. You know what? That's a great time to wrap up. Is there anything else, Mike, that we need to deal with? But I'm going to work on the Bang 'em Woo shirts. I was looking at that. It would be kind of cool too to have. We should have a shirt that has the another and another and another with.
oh yeah, that too.
that would
Yeah.
be- that's another good one that I like.
Works for the
see.
beers too.
Works for the beers. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. We got to get some first down this beer shirts. I think that's what we need to have.
Does Zazzle allow you to put stuff on the front and on the back?
It sure does.
It's Dazzle, Tim.
Ooh. It's
Oh.
Zazzle.
That cider really hit you.
Bang 'em Woo beer mugs. Oh my.
Bezzazzle. Yeah.
Yeah. Bedazzle. The Bedazzle store that we have that has it's all shiny and sparkly.
What's
Mm.
that's right. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's located over at flightdategear.ca.
Oh, is that? Oh. There we are. I was
There
a
you
little
go.
bit delayed, but yeah, I knew it was. I knew where we were headed. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us this evening. Tim, Cliff, thank you for taking so much time. Are we into game day yet? Not quite.
No.
Nope.
But it's been a very
If-
interesting night.
If you want to hold out long enough for Linda to finish her beer, we just might make it into game day. So that's I leave that completely at your discretion.
I think we need to. Yeah, I think we need to wrap it up. I have a child. I need
Pumpkin
to put
time.
to bed, and I need to get to bed myself. Thank you so much, you guys, for coming on to talk Montreal and have some laughs with us. Always appreciate having you guys on. Remind everybody again where they find your excellent show.
AlexFlightDeck.ca. Sorry. Tim.
Oh, see,
Finish it off, then go ahead.
No. You know what? I'm done.
You ruined it.
The walk off. I love it.
That was fantastic.
All right, since one of us here has to be a producer. Okay,
If you wanna
ladies and gentlemen,
find Cliff, you can find him over at Cliffy D. Flight Deck, AlexFlightDeck.ca.
Yeah.
Me, and the most important, at Repact. REPPACT.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
This turned into
ASMR show.
Yeah.
I wish I could hear you right now. Actually, I don't know.
no, you don't.
don't know if I want to be hearing you right now.
I was gonna say from TDAD to ASMR. That's
Yep.
that's incredible.
Exactly. Thank you for joining us for TDAD. I'm going to call it that from now on because it's kind of funny. Superfan, tell everybody where they find you once again.
You can find me at 56 Parkies and then the Edmonton Football History account at EDMHISTOREE.
Wonderful. You can find our good sister, Commissioner Kayla, at Duchess Lombardi, the show at the Turf District, and me at Free Policious, if you are so inclined. Once again, we will be back next Tuesday night. We are back every Tuesday night for the season, other than bye weeks, because that gives us a bit of a break as well. But we look forward to the home opener tomorrow night. Get down there early, come down to the tailgate, grab your smash burgers. We are very excited to get back to our second home to watch the team go at it. So for Cliffy D and Tim Capper and Linda and Commissioner Kayla and Superfan Mike, I'm Andrew. Remember, catch footballs with your face, and we will absolutely talk to you next week. Where's the ending thing? There it is.